Keeping rolling to his right. Wants to look downfield.
He did not make it. He didn't make it.
We held him.
Unbelievable.
He's going to throw the ball. He's got a man deep.
He's got it.
Look, he's got a man in the middle.
Touchdown!
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 We win.
Touchdown!
And good evening and welcome to Week 8 of high school football. The Titusville Rockets are on the road to take on the Corry Beavers. And our coverage of Rocket football this season is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, by Bayless Fuel Service, by Oil Creek Plastics, by the Interstate Pipe and Supply, by Larry's Auto Service, by True Value Hardware, by Anderson Physical Therapy, by Armstrong, by the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, by the Titusville Dairy Products Company, by Joe Taylor Ford, by Farmers National Bank, by the Meadville Medical Center, Titusville Area Hospital, by the Blue Canoe Brewery, by the Titusville Moose Family Center, by the Barking Lot, by Wagner's Gun Tech, by the Oil Country Federal Credit Union, by CORKY'S Pizza and Subs, by Family Video, and by the Titusville Beverage. And once again, good evening. Friday the 13th and Week 8 of high school football. The Rockets and the Beavers here at Corry High School. It is the 0-7 Rockets and the 3-4 Beavers. We welcome our broadcast crew. Jim Bodemer, Steve Bodemer, Adam Preston on the wireless mic tonight. I'm Luke Rio. Gentlemen, welcome to Week 8.
Well, Week 8 on Friday the 13th. If I didn't know it was Friday the 13th, Steve, I probably wouldn't have showed up because who knows what's going to happen. But
well,
hopefully,
Steve, we could argue when he's here.
Yeah. Okay, Adam, I'll be right down.
Do we ever really show up?
Yeah. Well, that's a big game tonight. Titus, like Luke mentioned, is 0-7 coming in here to Corry, and another one of these typical ball games. We talked about it last week, Steve, with Warren, the old Northwest Conference Section 2 kind of a thing. These are the kind of schools we like to play, the backyard kind of rivalries. We've had Titusville and Corry for years, and so there's a big ball game here at Corry, and Titusville needs to get out of here, put 4 quarters together, get a win.
And that's what it's going to take for Titusville. They've got, we've waited all season. A good first half last week that I didn't really get a chance to see until the tape because I was otherwise engaged. But a good first half. Then things kind of slipped a little bit early in the third quarter with the second half kickoff, and things just kind of unraveled on Titusville real quick there. So we've got to get 4 quarters together of good football, good solid football, and we know they're capable of doing it.
Adam was with me last week while you were on hiatus and actually suspended, but we won't go into that. And Adam, your thoughts last week? We really kind of enjoyed the first half, but like Steve was talking about, the second half from the opening kickoff all went downhill on us. But we had some kids step up last week. We had an opportunity to pick up a win. We lost that opportunity in the second half. Hopefully tonight we can get it back. I don't know, Adam, we're losing you already. Adam's down in the field with a wireless mic. We'll get a hold of him here in a second. But as you said, Steve, that's one of the keys tonight is can we put the 4 quarters together? Can we get the second half? And if we can get that far and still be up in the ball game, how will we play it all the way through? Some changes last week were really good. Tony Perez was a quarterback, played well. We moved a couple guys around. Crawford came in, started the ball game last week at tailback, had a good first quarter. And, of course, then we moved Hoffmeister back to middle backer, and that was a big move from the coaching staff. So I don't know where those guys will be there tonight. We'll have to wait and see, but all those things seem to work out for us.
Yeah, they played pretty well, particularly when you're talking about kids, even if they're seniors, playing a brand new position, and I thought they performed very well. Hopefully they can build off of that first half from last week.
All right, guys, quick timeout. Steve, you did not get a chance to sit down with Coach, but we'll talk about that. Larry's Auto Service Blue Canoe pregame show will continue right after this.
Anderson Physical Therapy is committed to your long-term health and well-being. With certified licensed therapists, Andersons can provide therapy for all your rehabilitation needs. With offices located at 202 Union Street in Titusville and 118 Main Street, Tityute, Anderson looks forward to opening their new location in Cambridge Springs, making it convenient for you to get back to doing the things you enjoy. So stay on top of your game with Anderson Physical Therapy, with convenient locations in Northwest Pennsylvania and online 24/7 at andersonphysicaltherapy.net. pet.
A stranger, crazier, quirkier group of dog lovers cannot be found. We've looked, and that's what you'll find at the Barking Lot in Titusville. Dogs love us because we love dogs. We do everything we can to make sure our clients, dogs, not people, are completely comfortable and happy when they come to our shop. We've worked hard to create a safe, happy, and wholesome environment for everyone. We offer grooming, daycare, and boarding. Plus, you'll find a few products that our clients will love, and so will their owners. So bring your pups in and let them discover their new home away from home. The Barking Lot on Franklin Street in Titusville.
Interstate Pipe and Supply means it when we say service means business. With a knowledgeable staff, full fleet of trucks, and large product offering, we can answer your questions and fill your orders, big job or small. Covering multiple applications and industries, we're not just a plumbing location, but a one-stop shop assisting homeowners and contractors quickly and efficiently. We are locally owned and make it our #1 priority to keep our customers returning and happy. We have been a staple in the Titusville community for 40 plus years. Stop in today and let us service you. Good luck to the Titusville Rockets this year.
And welcome back. Rockets on the road for week 8 of high school football.
One of the things that I want to watch here this evening is to see what kind of an attitude we come out with. It's tough. You're going into a ball game now 0-7, Steve, and you got to come up here to play at Corry. Tough place always to play, and it's going to be interesting to see can we pull this thing together emotionally and come up here with the effort that we're going to need to win this ball game. Adam, we're going to come down to you again, see if we can pick you up down there. Your thoughts on the game tonight?
Yeah, we're looking for another great start here tonight like we had last week, and hopefully we can put 4 quarters together. I can tell you the field is absolutely amazing down here. They have the artificial surface and just absolutely perfect. It's, you know, like you're walking on a putting green almost down here. We had a little wind earlier tonight when we were up in the top of the stands. It was blowing around, but right now it's, you know, the flag is completely still, nothing going on. I did run into a Titusville connection though on the Corry Beaver coaching staff. Former Titusville Rocket and THS Athletic Hall of Famer Brian Arnick is coaching for Corry. He's in his first year. He's coaching quarterbacks and running backs. And he did say he's very pleased with the progress that their young team has made over the course of the season.
Well, I believe they have a first-year head coach, too. It's finishing up his first season up here, if I'm not mistaken, Adam.
So, yeah, and you know, they're very happy with the progress that they've been making this year. So I'm sure they're looking to come out and put a good game together against an 0-7 Titusville team. But Titusville also looking to come out here, play hard, and pick up their first win of the season.
Well, I hope that happens. Some of the keys that we have to go through tonight, Steve didn't have a chance to talk to Coach Hancock. Some situations come up that we were not able to get together this week with him. But some of the keys that you see tonight, other than the fact of the personnel changes and getting 4 quarters, where do you see us having to pick up our game tonight?
Well, up front, you've got to control the line of scrimmage is the first thing. The second thing I would do if it's my ball club tonight, Corry Beavers are going to see an awful lot of Parker Harvey. I want to test their physicality, see whether or not they're willing to stand in front of this young man. He's a 6-foot, 205-pound running back. And my instructions to the guys up front is get him to the second tier untouched. Let him get ahead of steam going and be content with that 5-yard, 3-yard, 5-yard gain in the first half, because if you can wear him down in the second half, those things are going to go for 10 to 15, 20 yards, and he's eventually going to break one.
You know, Steve and I were talking at the production meeting yesterday, which we actually had one, and we were watching Harvey do that, especially in that second half, Steve, and he was able to be quite successful on those.
Yeah, and that's where I think Parker needs to understand that's his strength right now. Parker's not a quick back. He's not, you know, he's not going to cut and juke you. Just lower the shoulder pad level. Get your shoulder pads into the tackler's chest and push him on his back and punish the tacklers a little bit. You know, he's got to learn to. He's more of a Jerome Bettis, Earl Campbell type runner instead of a Barry Sanders.
But you know, we have seen, and Adam has watched the games when he's not been working with us. Harvey, when he does get loose, he gets that 10 yards downfield. He can break away from some of these backs. So he does have some decent speed.
He does have speed. I'm not saying. Yeah, I don't mean to imply that he's a slow young man. He's not slow by any means. He's got good speed, but he's got to learn to use his power.
I'm amazed at what 1 minute of football can do. The last 30 seconds of the first half, the first 30 seconds of the second half changed the momentum greatly last week.
Yeah, it really does. We talk about it. We mentioned this last week, Luke, in basketball. I talk about it a lot, the last 4 minutes and the first 4 minutes. That's an eight-minute quarter right there with the break in between. And those are very critical times, and it happened to us later last week. We had 30 seconds to go. Adam will come back, and you can talk about that last 30 seconds of the first half last week when we turned the ball over. They scored and kind of changed the complexion and come out and got the opening kickoff away from us.
All right, guys, quick timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the weather conditions. And Adam did start to talk about the field conditions on turf, which is
turf.
Turf, yeah. But we'll get into some of the weather conditions when we come back.
Hospital partners, Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital together provide a continuum of high-quality care across Crawford County. Both create the ultimate patient experience. Every patient, every time. Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital are more than a hospital. We are a hospital partner, a community partner, a family partner, and a health partner.
Healing Heroes is an opportunity for Armstrong and our communities to give back. We've partnered with Guardian Angels Medical Service Dogs, which rescues, raises, and individually trains the highest caliber service and assistance dogs at their facility in Williston, Florida. They are then paired with veterans with disabilities such as PTSD, seizure disorders, and more. If you would like to help, visit facebook.com/Armstrong1Wire and click the Healing Heroes tab. Together, we can unleash the power to heal.
Oil Creek Plastics, the industry leader in polyethylene pipe, is proud to be a part of the Titusville community and a proud sponsor of Titusville High School athletics. Located off Route 27 in East Titusville, Oil Creek Plastics has been a vested part of the Titusville community for 28 years. At Oil Creek Plastics, we take pride in supporting our community and are thrilled to bring instant and slow motion replay to the stream's Titusville Rockets sports broadcasts. In Titusville and here to stay, Oil Creek Plastics. Best of luck to the Titusville Rockets.
And welcome back to the Larry's Auto Service Blue Canoe Brewery pregame show here at Corry.
Well, so far it's been quite nice. Adam referred to the, like you mentioned, the artificial turf. 61 degrees here at game time. Chance precipitation 25%. I thought it was a little lower than that, so hopefully it won't rain because that will make a difference in the ball game. And did last week. You know, that last 30 seconds, Adam, from last week, the first half, kind of messed things up for the Rockets big time.
Yeah, that was a big heartbreaker. You know, we thought we had a ball, we had a chance to do a score, and we ended up giving the ball back to them, or we thought we were going to hold them, and they ended up kicking was it a field goal or they scored a touchdown?
Yeah.
Right at the end of the half, and then we came back. You know, it's the first at the beginning of the second half, and and you know, so that right there just put us right behind the 8 ball. Like you said, that 1 minute, the last 30 seconds and the first 30 seconds of the second half, it just kind of took the wind out of our sails.
Wireless Mike brought to you tonight by the Titusville Dairy Products and Cochran Real Estate. We appreciate them being part of our broadcast this evening. Yeah, that really hurt us, and so it's going to have to be an errorless kind of a game. We can't afford, Steve, the big play, and we can't afford to turn the ball over and or the penalty. Just puts us in a big hole. We don't have the offense so far to overcome a third and long, second and long situation.
Yeah, we've throughout the course of this year, we've said that either the mental mistakes or the penalties it put Titusville behind them down in distance, and it's just not an offense of group that's explosive or can come up with that big 10, 15, 20-yard play when you've got second and long, third and long. So offensively, you've got to minimize mistakes, and you've got to maintain your focus. You've got to execute your assignment and make things happen. Defensively, you can't give it up. You can't give up the big run or the big pass play. So they're going to have to really be focused. They're quite capable of doing it. We've seen the evidence throughout the course of this year, but they've got to put 4 quarters together if they're going to accomplish it here tonight.
All right, guys, the Rocket pregame show will continue. It is the Larry's Auto Service Blue Canoe pregame show. Kickoff coming up shortly.
Bayless Fuel in Titusville carries a full line of automotive and truck maintenance supplies, like Wix filters, the best performing, most reliable filters in the world. Interstate batteries, the #1 replacement brand battery in North America. Bayless Fuel also carries motor oils, greases, and specialty lubricants, like hydraulic oils, transmission fluid, brake fluid, antifreeze, and more. Let the friendly staff find the right product for the job at hand. Bayless Fuel on South Brown Street in Titusville.
It's Joe Taylor Ford's 16th anniversary, and we want to say thank you. Thank you for making Joe Taylor Ford your first choice when purchasing a new or used vehicle. So for this month only, we're giving away some cool stuff. Stop in anytime and register for chances to win every Monday, no purchase necessary. We want to say thank you for 16 great years of business. Oh, and while you're here, check out the Ford F-150 or Ford Escape. So hurry on in to Joe Taylor Ford and celebrate with us. Route 257 in Seneca.
You could be my love, even if the sky is falling down. I know that we'll be safe and sound.
So many Americans struggle with finances. Starting today, State Farm is here to help, giving us all the chance to simply sit down and learn. Visit letstarttoday.com or talk to an agent.
We're safe and sound.
The Titusville Moose Family Center number 84 is a proud supporter of Titusville Rocket Athletics. And just like in Rocket Sports, the Titusville Moose Lodge is committed to working together to make our community a better place to live, work, and play. The Titusville Moose Family Center contributes thousands of dollars into scholarship opportunities for area students, in addition to supporting other nonprofit entities in our own backyard. Students, get involved with your community and make a difference. Good luck, Rockets, and know we'll always be cheering for you from the Titusville Moose Family Center.
And welcome back to the Larry's Auto Service Blue Canoe pregame show here at Corry High School.
Here is the last year's game with Corry. Well, there it was. We'll try to get that back up for you here. That's good because my memory's not that good. Here it is last year. This was, of course, at Titusville Carter Field. Final score 42-14. That's the wrong way. It was actually Titusville that won that ball game.
Yeah. Those are...
yeah, first half scoring, Titusville was, I don't know if that's correct here or not. We're going to switch them, I guess, is what I'm being told now. First half scoring, Titusville up 14-0. Total plays, Titusville 62 plays to 42 for Corry. 22 first downs for Titusville last year against 10 for Corry. 6 penalties for Titusville, 2 for Corry. That was last year's ball game. Again, a final score 42-14. And last year, this was a battle for the top spot, possibly in the playoffs between Titusville and Corry. And we kind of expected it to go a little bit closer, but Titusville on their game that night offensively. It just got off to a big start and was able to keep Corry pretty much under wraps most of the ball game.
I think that's pretty much what we have to do tonight. We got to get a good start. We got to get up on them and try to emotionally take them out of the game in the first half if we can, and be able to put it away in the second half. So it's going to be very important that we're able to do that.
There's last week, Warren, again 42-18 Warren. Today it's Corry 3-4, and Corry kind of needs a couple of wins to get on a roll because it looks like they're going to qualify for the playoffs and be probably the third seed out of this region going into the playoffs. And of course next week we're home again against Girard. Girard also in the same boat as Titusville going into tonight's ball game 0-7, and then week 10. Possibility of the Franklin game, that would be at Franklin, and Franklin is enjoying a 1-6 season, so they're struggling as well. A lot of high schools up in this area this year seem to be doing some struggling.
Titusville Rockets coming back out onto the field, and the Corry Beavers will be coming out, and when they do, we'll have the toss of the coin.
I think we're all struggling tonight, aren't we? You know who's not struggling? Adam Preston, who is joining us for week 2. He's down on the field right now on the wireless mic, brought to you by the Titusville Dairy Products Company and by Cochran Real Estate. Adam, you're talking about weather conditions. Where are we sitting at right now with about 5:50 to go before kickoff? That good, huh?
Let's go.
Oh.
And you had to jinx everything there.
There we go.
Really good. There we go. I'm having a little trouble with cut out on me. But yeah, Corry Beavers making their way out onto the field. A beautiful night here right now. It doesn't look like rain to me. Of course, anything could be moving in, but just a nice setting here. Nice fall setting. You can see the color in the field is, in great condition down here. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, and we'll try to get that connection fixed here. This is the Larry's Auto Service Blue Canoe Brewery pregame show. We'll have the coin toss and kickoff coming up.
Farmers National Bank has always been committed to the communities they serve. It's part of our mission to remain an independent community bank where the art of a handshake has not been lost. We continue to strive to offer the highest standard in industry competitive products and services. We act not only to benefit the bank, but our customers, businesses, communities, and our employees, because we know our employees pride themselves in their work and serving their communities. When you invest with us, you can be proud to know that we're investing it right back, and that's the way it should be. We're Farmers National Bank. Go Rockets!
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home is dedicated to providing the highest level of service to Titusville and surrounding communities. Our family and staff continues the tradition started by Gordon B. Garrett in 1965, treating our clients with care and respect. Since then, we have grown, now in our third generation and in 2 locations, 303 North Washington Street and 203 East Main Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, a history of tradition and commitment to excellence.
Sometimes a project becomes more than just checking off your to-do list.
Behind every project is a true value, with locations in Titusville and in Franklin. Whether you're a hunter, sports shooter, or collector, you'll want to come in and check out the all-new Wagner's Gun Tech. Wagner's Gun Tech is now open on State Highway 27 in Titusville, carrying a great selection of quality guns, ammunition, gun safes, and more. Wagner's Gun Tech is buying, selling, and trading firearms. They also offer expert gun repair and appraisal, and coming soon, professional gunsmithing. Wagner's friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you find just what you're looking for. Call them at 775-0688, or better yet, stop into Wagner's Gun Tech, Route 27, Titusville.
Welcome to Titusville Area School District's presentation of Titusville Rocket Sports on the Stream.
And the national anthem here at Corry High School. The Rockets and the Beavers getting set to kick off, and Adam Preston is down on the field. We'll have the coin toss coming up in just 1 minute.
Isn't it refreshing? You go to a football game and the national anthem is played and everybody's on their feet?
Yes. And that's not true of all high school games across the nation, unfortunately, but it was here tonight. Yes, it is refreshing. Well, big ball game. As we've mentioned here in our pregame show, Titusville needs to come in here with a win. They're 0-7. Corry trying to get into the playoffs, and Titusville win tonight can pretty much cause some problems for Corry because they're right there in that edge again as they were last year as far as making playoffs. So Titusville could kind of upset their plans here this evening.
I think Corry's going to be in the playoffs depending upon their record, whether or not the school opts to go or not. Some schools have a rule, 500 rule, whatnot, but that's for them to decide. But the question will they be 3 or 4 seed? Because right now they're a game up on Fairview.
Right.
But if they drop these last 2 games and Fairview wins the last 2, they come in as the 4th seed, which means they've got to play the number 1 seed out of the Southern region, which right now looks to be like the Greenville Trojans. And down south, while we're on that, it looks like it's going to be Greenville, Sharon, Hickory, and Slippery Rock will be the 1 through 4 positions going into the playoffs from down there. So, yeah, it does make a big difference whether you're 3 seed or 4 seed when it comes to the playoff seedings.
Let's take it down to the field, and Adam's out with the officials as they have the toss of the coin.
Zone.
And it appears Adam is, did Titusville win and deferred?
No, Corry deferred.
Oh, they deferred.
Corry won the toss and deferred.
Okay, and Titusville will receive. So
Titusville will receive.
Titusville going the offense to get things started. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it. Wireless Mike, once again, brought to you by Titusville Dairy Products and Cochran Real Estate here this evening.
I know we got a pretty good connection with Adam right where he's at now. So, Adam, if you just want to stay there the rest of the ball game at the 45 right there.
Right in the middle of the field.
Right in the middle of the Orange Sea, and I think things will go well.
Good luck with that, huh, Adam?
There we go. I better get off the field here. They're going to start to kick off, but we had
maybe you should come over to the Corry side for a while.
Try.
Yeah, see if our wireless will work a little better on this side. So Titus is going to receive, get things going. Corry will kick off, and Wesley McCrae will be teeing it up for, I believe, for the Corry Beavers, according to my chart anyway. And we'll just see what Titus will be able to do with Tony Perez starting at quarterback again this evening, we understand. And so started last week, played well for Titusville last week at that position, and hopefully get a good ball game in here tonight. One thing, Steve, that has lacked this year that we saw last year, of course, the speed is gone, but our passing game hasn't been there. We had a pretty good passing game last year, and we have not been able to do a whole lot to enhance our running game through the air.
No, we've not been able to get offensive, or really Titusville still just struggling just to get their feet going, get it underneath them and get some things going. We've talked to Coach Hancock. He's mentioned before that he likes to with this particular group and other teams that we've had, we'd like to see 8, 10, 12 play drives, because if we can get that many in a drive, we normally score touchdowns. We've not been able to do that. In large part, it's due to a missed assignment or a penalty that puts us behind on the sticks. So there again, we've got to avoid those kind of mistakes to have a shot here.
So Titusville puts 3 back at about the 12-yard line. The kick's going to go down and it's going to be taken on the far side by Garrett. Garrett out across the 15, the 20, cuts it back up across. He'll get out to about the 24-yard line, and that's where Titusville put it in play, first down and 10.
That's a good return there by Jack Garrett. He catches the ball there on the left hash, far hash, turns it up the field, and there's like 4 Corry Beavers coming down on the play. He just picks an opening, drops the shoulders, and gets what he can out of it. That's a good run back.
So it's first down and 10 Titusville at their own 24-yard line. First series for Titusville. See what we can get going as we go under center. Ends tight for Titusville. 2 in the backfield. On the snap, Perez rolling to his right. Stowe, he's got a man deep. It's over the middle. Oh, and it's dropped by Signs at about the 36-yard line. He also had Roman going deep.
But Perez is going to roll out here on the right side, and he's got protection early as he's looking downfield here. He's got to clear the line of scrimmage. See a linebacker coming in there, 38 for Corry, and delivers a blow. Good decision to throw it to Signs. Signs has got to catch that.
That's wide open. Second down and 10. Rockets will send trips to the left, or the right, 1 to the left for the Rockets. Perez now will go to shotgun. Looking over the middle. Pass is complete to Garrett. Garrett misses, sidesteps 1 tackle and takes it out to about the 32. Pick up about 8 on the play.
That's a good pitch and catch there for Titusville. It helps you get into a makeable 3rd down position here as we go to 2 yards, 3 yards maybe. 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 for a first down. Good pitch and catch. That's all you got to do.
Parker Harvey comes into the backfield now as Titusville will keep 2 in the backfield beside Perez. Out of the shotgun. It's given to Harvey. Drive straight ahead. And it's going to be close, not quite out far enough. It depends on the spot. What do you see down there, Adam? Are we close enough for the first down?
I think he got the first down. We'll take a quick look. Well, they're putting a 4 up, so it must be just a tiny bit short.
Yeah, see, Coach Hancock has to make a move right now, right off the get-go. It's at the 34 of Titusville, and we'll see what Coach Hancock is looking at his place card over there on the far side of the field. 10:47 to go early in the ball game. Would you gamble or not?
I say you got to take a chance on it. You're 0-7. Let's try it.
Well, they're going to. We're going to send 1 wide left. Palma on the left side. Now under center is Perez.
Maybe they're thinking the best.
4th down play. There's the snap. And it drives straight ahead, and it is Parker, and he'll go across the 35. It'll be enough for the first down.
About a 1.5 yard gain on that play.
This is a good job here by the offensive line of Titusville. They're firing off the ball, getting a little bit of push up front here. This is going to go to the left side, so your center and left guard are going to try to open up a gap in between them, and they're there. You can see just enough of a push for Titusville to get the first down.
Once again, Titusville out of the huddle will have a trip stacked on the right side. Backs are split, single to the left. Perez going to run it. He's coming across the right. He gets a good block, cuts up field across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. Gain of about 6 or so in the play for Titusville.
Going to watch this play. It's going to come here to our right. And this is just the old student body. We're going to snap it to our quarterback. Now watch Parker Harvey, number 7. There's the block. Now I thought maybe Perez should have kept it wider and we might have picked up a few more yards there. But that's a good block, lead block by Parker Harvey. That's saying hello.
2 to the left, 1 to the right for the Rockets. Perez gives off to the tailback coming across the left side. That's Garrett. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds. About no gain on the play. Long way to go for nothing.
And this is a play again. We've talked about the quarterback center exchange and a shotgun. You see him reach out, kind of throws the timing off a little bit. And we miss a block there, and that's I didn't see his name from Corry, but a nice job of penetration. You get penetration on a sweep play, you're going to break it up.
So we have a 3rd down 4 for Titusville at the 42 of Titusville. Perez wants out of the shotgun. Again, stacked 3 to the right. Perez going to get off to Harvey, and Harvey's not going to get much of anything. Maybe a loss of a play. We'll see how they stack them up out there. Going to bring up a 4th down 3, and Titusville's going to have to kick it away.
This is where, again, the snap's off a little bit. The timing's off a little bit. You can see how Parker can't get going, and we want him to hit the line of scrimmage with a full head of steam. We just can't quite get that one down, and that allows Corry to make the play at the line of scrimmage.
So Titusville's going to kick it away. One back for Corry. Good kick. Coming down the right side. It's going to hit at about the 30. And inside the 30 to the 29, and that's where it'll be down by Titusville. So Corry will take over 1st down and 10 on their first offensive series inside their own 30.
Not a bad job opening for the Titusville offense. Again, we can tell we're just a little bit off in the exchanges, but we'd like to see, get Parker Harvey going full speed when we get to the line of scrimmage here. Now the defense is going to have to step up, get a quick stop, and maybe switch the field position a little bit.
So Corry at 8:14 in the first quarter will attempt their first offensive series. Lesher will be starting at quarterback. Burlow is their big back. He's listed at 5'10", 200 with a fullback in front of him. It looks like Corbett might be in there at fullback now. Got a man on the tail and the wing on the left. The ball's given off the second man through Burley, and he breaks one tackle out across the 40 to about the 42. Good hard run that time by their tailback, Taylor Burler.
You're going to see here on the play, this is what I'm talking about. You got to hit the hole full speed. You can see he's up and going already. Powers past Garrett, and that's a good play there by Titusville. It's sticking their nose in there on a 200-pound running back, but again, he gets a 1st down.
1st down and 10 for Corry. They're in the I formation. Power I, actually, with the man on the wing left. Ball's given again off to Burlew. Straight ahead this time. He'll pick up about 2 on the play. Brought down by Jacobson.
Again, now you're seeing Corry's offensive line. They're getting into the defensive line, winning that battle up front. There's a little bit of a hold interior, but you're not going to get that call.
2nd down and 6 for the Beavers. Straight ahead football right now for Corry. Again, I formation. Lesser under the center. Gives it off to Burlew once again off the left side. He's outside Titusville territory to about the 45-yard line. Enough for the 1st down.
We've seen that play. That was the first play from scrimmage. It's just the same thing, and they're just running straight off tackle and picking up 5, 7, 10 yards. Jack Garrett in to make the stop there. Again, Titusville's going to have to make some sort of an adjustment, stuff somebody in that hole.
1st down and 10. The ball spotted right at the Titusville 45-yard line. Same formation. I formation. Strong side left here for Corry. Again to Burlow, same play, right up the middle. He's broke the 3. He's inside the 30, down to the 25 of Titusville. Exact same play, and they've got something going for them that side of the game there, Adam. So to bring up a 1st down and 10, down to the Titusville 25. So good, strong running by Burlew. And he is putting that ball.
Titusville's going to take a timeout here, and that's what they need to do. They need to talk about this a little bit because we've seen so far, I think Corry's run 5, 6, 7 plays. We've only seen 2 different plays.
We have 6:57 to go here in the first quarter, and has Corry's first possession, and they are just running off their left side of the line and opening up big holes. And we're not touching Burlew until he gets into deep into our secondary.
Yeah, he's coming through holes, and they're pretty good-sized holes right now. And I don't know whether we've got Jack Garrett sneaking to the outside, then trying to cut back to the inside, or whether we're not going to have to move it back or out just a little bit wider and try to stuff that hole off tackle. But they're getting good yardage. Like I say, they've run that same play now 3 times in a row.
Well, you know what? Run it until they stop. And that's my philosophy, and Titusville's having trouble stopping them. And so they're just going to keep it going.
The Corry offensive line is opening up some big holes down here, guys, as well.
Yeah, they seem to be, and we're not able to stop it. Now we've switched our linebackers a little bit. Same play, coming the same side, breaks it inside the 15, the 10, the 5, and down, not quite to the 5, but about the 7-yard line. There's Burlew.
And again, this is the left side. Again, they're coming the same direction. That's the same play.
Same play.
66 and 55, and I can't see who the other guard that's pulling over there is coming through there, but they got 3 linemen, and they're just controlling that side of the line of scrimmage. Titusville's going to have to step up here and make a stop.
So it should be first down and goal inside the 10 of Titusville. Again, same formation. Strong side left, I formation. Lusher gives it off to Burlew, comes across the left side, tries to break it to the outside. That time we get some penetration.
That's Stephen Partridge, I believe, 76. I believe that's Partridge there making penetration. That's what you got to do. You got to fight through this on the offense or the defensive line. Beat the block, and you're going to see he comes through even after being held, terribly held there. 65. That's Hunter Toner for Corry with a handful of jerseys. You can see that clearly on our Oil Creek Plastics instant replay.
Second down 9 for Corry. Back to Burlew, left side. Now he cuts it back to the right side. He's in for the touchdown. Started back to the left, then cut it to the right. Had a big hole on the right side. He takes it in for the first score of the game at 6:03 here in the first quarter.
And that's what happens when you have success. You're going to see everybody runs to that where he's been running. It's closed off, but he's into but a gaping hole behind it. And easy to run through there for a touchdown. Yeah, you or I could probably score from that,
well,
that opening there.
It was a big enough hole we could have. Speed might have been a question.
Speed would be a question. But there again, you're talking the same play. Just ran the same play, and they're very successful with it. Titusville's going to have to do something defensively to try to shut this down.
And now we have an unsportsmanlike conduct against Corry on that play. Was that the dead ball, Adam? I didn't see it. Yeah, we're having trouble with Adam's mic once again. We'll keep working at it. So Corry now will be lining up for the extra. Let's see what's happening here.
I think Adam's on now. Adam.
Okay, yeah, that was a dead ball foul. I believe it was for celebration after the touchdown. Apparently they're going to enforce it on the kickoff.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So they're going to attempt the extra point by kick. The ball will be spotted at the 10-yard line. McCray, left-footed kicker. The snap and the placement. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:03 to go, first quarter. 7-0 Corry on top. We'll be back with a Corry kickoff right after this.
Healing Heroes is an opportunity for Armstrong and our communities to give back. We've partnered with Guardian Angels Medical Service Dogs, which rescues, raises, and individually trains the highest caliber service and assistance dogs at their facility in Williston, Florida. They are then paired with veterans with disabilities such as PTSD, seizure disorders, and more. If you would like to help, visit facebook.com/ArmstrongOneWire and click the Healing Heroes tab. Together, we can unleash the power to heal.
The Titusville Moose Family Center number 84 is a proud supporter of Titusville Rocket Athletics. And just like in Rocket Sports, the Titusville Moose Lodge is committed to working together to make our community a better place to live, work, and play. The Titusville Moose Family Center contributes thousands of dollars into scholarship opportunities for area students, in addition to supporting other nonprofit entities in our own backyard. Students, get involved with your community and make a difference. Good luck, Rockets, and know we'll always be cheering for you from the Titusville Moose Family Center.
Well, Corry comes out in their first possession, and they just drive the ball down the field and put the first 7 points on the board. So Titusville now we're going to have to answer. Now we're going to have the penalty for the celebration that Adam talked about, and that's going to move the ball back to the 25-yard. We'll check the 25-yard line, and that is where Corry will be kicking off. So Titusville should come out of this with half decent proof.
Yeah, and again, they've just ran this play, same play. It's just off tackle to the left side. They're just dominating that side of the line of scrimmage. They're in a touchdown. It just opens a hole in the back side of the play. The running back sees the hole opening back to his right, cuts it back into the end zone for the touchdown. But Titusville here is going to have a chance, due to the penalty, have some good field position, and possibly put a touchdown on the board here.
Yeah, we got to come back and answer here. We can't let this go a 3-and-out situation. McCray with his kick, nice kick. Going to come down and be taken in the middle of the field about the 27-yard line. Harvey cuts across the left side, breaks out across the 40 and to about the 44-yard line, and that's where Titus will put it in play, 1st down and 10. Adam, we're watching up here, and you're a lot closer to the action down there. We seem to see an awful lot of jerseys being stretched. Is that happening down there? Is there some holding going on, or is that just our imagination? Yep.
Maybe we should bring Adam up here real quick, and I'll give that a test.
Yeah, we're having trouble again with our wireless, so Adam will come up and get that fixed because he's got a better sight for some of this stuff than we do up here. Titus will send trips to the right. Single to the left will be Palmer. Perez at quarterback. I believe Bish is in there at running back with him. Perez, no, that's Parker Harvey. Perez looking downfield, has a man over the middle, and it's, almost intercepted. Coming up there really quick, number 21, Jackson for Corry.
Tyler Jackson's playing the deep safety here, and he's just sitting back reading the quarterback's eyes, and Perez looks right at his receiver pretty much the whole time. He's looking to hit signs coming across there, jumps the route, does a nice job of breaking up that pass. And if he misses that ball, Ryan can catch it. It's a touchdown for Titusville.
2nd down and 10. 5:51 to go. First quarter, 7-0 Corry. Titusville second possession. Titusville will send 2 to the right side, 1 to the left, and keep 2 backs in with Perez. Now we put a man in motion. That'll be Jacob. Check that. That'll be Garrett. Pass comes over to Garrett, and it's in and out of Garrett's hands at the 40-yard line. It goes incomplete.
That pass was thrown just a little bit high, too high for Jack to bring it down. That pass there, when you throw that flare route, you got to bring it right down. So all he's got to do is reach out in front of him, and it's just too high. So it's just a little high on the throw, makes it tough for Garrett to bring it in.
So 3rd down and 10, Titusville. 2 pass plays for the Rockets here in this series. At 5:47 in the first quarter. See what Titusville has now for a 3rd and 10. They have trips to the right side. Now they put a man, Garrett, in motion to the left. Perez looking to throw. Wants to flare outside to Harvey. He does. Harvey breaks 1 tackle. Across the inside the 50 to the 45. Knocked out of bounds at the 44. That's a good pass and catch by Parker.
That's a good catch by Parker Harvey. The ball's not thrown on his route. He's going to do a quick out route kind of here. And the pass is a little bit behind him. Not bad. You can see him coming right out of here. There's the pass. It's behind. Breaks the tackle here. And then he's going to skip downfield. And this is what we want to see out of Parker Harvey. Run hard.
Doubles to the left now for Titusville. Doubles to the right. Initial first down for Titusville. 1st down and 10. Inside Corry territory. Perez looking to throw. Pulling it down. Now he's in trouble, and he's going to get hit and dropped at midfield. Just nobody open, and unable to get rid of it. Unable to go anywhere.
Isaac Keeler for Corry making the stop there, but that's a little bit, you can tell a little bit of the inexperience there.
Yeah.
He had time to throw the ball, but he starts to panic a little bit. And instead of keeping his focus downfield, he starts looking for a place to run. And he had time. He had plenty of time there. Just a little bit of inexperience showing on that play.
Now it's a loss of about 5 on the play. 2nd down 15. Goes to Harvey. Straight across. 45, 40, 35, 30. Inside the 30 to about the 29. That's a good hard run. Good job by the offensive line.
They do a nice job. They open up a hole. A little bit of a cross block. We pull the right guard to come across. Opens up the hole for Parker Harvey to run through. And this is the way we've talked about. We want to see Parker Harvey run. Get yourself going full speed. And you're going to be a hard, tough kid to bring down. And you can see he took 2 of them, and he put them on their backs. And that's what we want to see with Parker.
Titusville now will have stack of wideouts on both sides. Giving off to Harvey. No, it's on a reverse. It's to Jack Garrett. Breaks it upfield, and he's going to be hit and dropped. No gain on the play. Coming out of his slot position, but unable to get anything. Bring up a 2nd down.
That's one of Coach Hancock's favorite plays, because he likes to run that counter sweep there real quick out of the slot position. We're just not able to hook the ends and create a seam to turn it upfield.
Bish now in the backfield. Harvey out. Titusville doubles to the left. Strong side right now for Titusville. Giving off to Bish. Bish straight ahead. Inside the 30 to about the 27. 4 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 7-0 Corry on top. Titusville with their 2nd drive.
So far, both teams' offensive lines seem to be controlling the line of scrimmage. Titusville doing a nice job on this drive. They gave protection on the one pass play, even though it ended up in a sack. It's a coverage sack, but they're doing a nice job of opening up holes for the running backs.
Titusville stacks 3 on the left side, now single to the right. Bish on the left side of Perez. Perez on the counter, coming across the right side, got to break one tackle. It is Palma. Palma inside, close to the 20-yard line, should be close to the first down. That's Landon Palma, had a good ball game last week.
Well, they did a nice job here. This was a counter reverse. And if it weren't for, I believe, Lesher staying at home, because nobody else did for the Corry defense, we had 6.
Yeah, he did. One man back. So we have now a 4th down and short. We call it 4th and 1 for Titusville. Big play here as Titusville wants to keep this drive going. Parker Harvey comes back in. Garrett and Harvey are split beside Perez, and Corry's going to take a timeout. 2:57 left to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Corry. Corry wants to take a timeout and talk it over. So we got the drive going, Steve, and I come down now to a 4th and 1 situation and see if we can come out of this timeout and pick up this first down and keep this drive going with the 21 of Corry.
Yeah, and they've done a nice job up front. We've been able to open up some holes. We started to get the running backs going in the game, whether it's Parker Harvey or Bish. I think Harvey's will be in here on this 4th down play. Good chance that you're going to see that same quick counter play for Parker Harvey. Again, though, what you want to do here is get it to him so that he can get going full speed, hit that line of scrimmage with some aggression. And I don't think you've got anybody here in Corry that's going to stop Parker Harvey from picking up this 1 yard.
Now, when he can get the first 2 steps in, get up to speed.
Get it moving, yeah.
He's tough.
And get going north and south. That's the other thing for Parker.
Yeah.
Get going north and south. Don't look, don't stutter. Take a peek real quick, pick your best spot, and just go.
Well, we'll see what happens at 4th down and 1 at the Corry 21-yard line. Big play for both teams. Single to the left, doubles to the right for Titusville. Harvey's in the backfield along with Garrett. It goes to Garrett, and Garrett drives ahead. I don't think he got it.
I don't think he did either, but it's going to depend upon the spot. I think his knee hits while the ball is short. I got to be honest with you, I don't like that call myself. I prefer to give it to my big back, but
they say it's Corry's ball.
It's going to be Corry's ball.
Yeah, that was definitely short, guys. And I agree with you. I thought they should have ran the ball right up the middle, but they tried that counter play, and it really hasn't worked much tonight.
That's Tyler Burlew for Corry making the stop, just shy of the first down. So it's going to be Corry's ball now.
First down and 10, Corry. They take over at their own 21-yard line, and now it comes up to our defense. Can we stop this running game of Corry? Tyler Burlew, has been really eating up the yardage here in the first possession. Ball's given off to Burlew, across the left side again. Big hole, it's across the 30, the 35, brought down at the 39. Once again, big hole on the left side, and it was up to one man. I believe it was Perez able to trip him up.
Yeah, they're just, again, it's the same side, same place, same everything. You can see them open. Now, there's a little bit of jersey pull, but not much there. And Perez making the gain, or the touchdown saving tackle. Titusville's got to shore up the right side of their defensive line here.
Again, same formation, I formation. Wing on the right. Lesher under center. Same play, Burlew. Burlew comes to the outside, now turns it upfield. He's hit, but he drives straight ahead to about the 45-yard line. He picks up about 7 on the play.
And again, we're in position to make it. Jack Garrett does a nice job. Now, Jack Garrett's playing corner on the right side. He's got outside contained, so his first steps, you're going to see him. He's got to step to the outside. Almost got caught there, but does a nice job. But hold your feet. And we just got to do a better job of getting shoulders into him.
We talked a little bit about this yesterday, Steve, about, when you got a play that's working, just
keep running it.
Keep running
That's what Corry's doing.
That's exactly what I do. Same formation. Burlew at tailback. Watch the big fullback and through in the block. Now he drives up, cuts it back to the right side. He's going to go to midfield, inside midfield at Titusville 48, and up for the first down. So it'll be first down and 10. Again, Corry just running the ball right at us.
Well, right now, Corry's done a nice job because they've seen Titusville have trouble with backs. And again, we just got people getting pushed around up front. Colin Hoffmeister from the linebacker finally makes the stop. But again, Corry get the first down yardage.
Corry out over the ball. First down and 10 at the Titusville 48. Out of the eye. Giving off again to Burlew. Breaks it back to the right side. He's at the 40. Breaks out inside the 40 to the 35. Maybe inside the 35. Another first down for Corry.
Check out the block 55 put on the replay up there, guys. He's just a monster out there right now.
Yeah, he's just, I mean, we're just pushing. You can see how far back they're pushing our guys. And one of the things I've noticed, too, is our guys are up high. Corry's getting underneath us. The low guy's going to win this battle up front. Titusville's got to start standing up, or getting down, excuse me, getting into the Corry line.
First down and 10 at the Titusville 35. Burlew comes across, breaks it to the right. Side to 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10, and brought down just inside the 10. Once again, the big running play. Inside the 10, they'll mark it at about the Titusville 9. Unable to stop this running
Again,
back.
they're just straight ahead blocking. You can see the left side center of them. They're just pushing everybody back. That's Partridge, and he's 7 to 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. If your offensive line's doing that, you're doing a heck of a job, and the defense is going to be giving up 20, 25-yard run plays, and that's what's happening to Titusville right now.
45 seconds left to go in the first. First down and 10 to 9 for Corry. They threaten again. Burlew straight ahead. He's at the 3. And down at about the 1, there's a flag down.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a face mask on Colin Hoffmeister, I think. The running back lost his helmet there on that. He'll have to come out for a play. Again, though, look at this up front. And there's a big hole, and Hoffmeister there. Yeah, he's got a hold of the face mask.
Yep, and the helmet.
A little inadvertent, I think, but nonetheless, they're going to call that when somebody loses their helmet.
Of course, a half distance to the goal. Put it at the half-yard line.
Yeah, you can see him. He's got it. I don't need that.
Have you guys noticed up there that the Corry Beavers they're in a tight power formation?
Yeah.
Their offensive line have no space in between them. It's like a goal line offense that they're running the whole game.
Well, that's all they've done up front is they're like you say, their linemen are standing almost shoulder to shoulder. But the amazing thing here is that these guys are just blowing us right off the line of scrimmage right now. I mean, they're pushing our defensive linemen 5-7 yards deep.
Yeah, it's that old-fashioned power football that they run here at Corry all the time for over the past years. First down and goal, and the quarterback shoves it straight through. I haven't seen any hands go up yet.
And they do.
And there they do. So Leslie takes it in for the touchdown, and that's the second score for Corry, 13-0. Corry on top with 16 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
You notice you'll see him coming out just maybe before the score right there, number 55. He's done a nice job there of blocking. He's playing the left guard position. Now looking at their program, number 55 is Braden McKnight, a freshman, 5'6", 140. Now I don't believe that that's that young man,
no.
but
no, I think it's bigger than 140. McCrae's extra point attempt is up, and it is no good. Hooked it. So with 16 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, guys, we've given up 2 scores, and they've been relatively easy to come by for Corry. Titusville's defense just getting pushed all over the place right now.
Well, and it starts, like we said at the start of the ball game, Adam. It starts right up front. Right now, the offensive lines are controlling this ball game, whether it's Titusville or Oil City, but in particular, Corry. In particular, Corry's offensive line has done a masterful job manhandling the Titusville front 5.
Yeah, like you guys have said, they've been running basically the same play just over and over again. And when we did, stuff the hole up on the left side of the offensive line, then they were cutting it back, back in toward the right side and getting big gains.
Yeah, and that's the thing is they would do is just cut back on it, and so it's start to the left, cut back to the right, and the cutback is just wide open for Burlew.
Right, yeah, and they're doing, they seal that right side, the back side of that play. What they'll do is seal kids to the outside, and it's not really any push blocking that's going on that side. It's just sealing them off and not letting flow come from the defense. You cut off the backside pursuit from the defense, and they've done a nice job. And of course, if they got to cut it back and there's nobody there, it's opening up 20, 30-yard gains for the Corry Beavers. And that's all we've seen out of Corry so far tonight.
I don't think we talked about it much in the pregame show, but two things we had last week were 2 touchdowns on kickoff returns. We could use one of those right now.
Yeah, we certainly could. We need something to get us back into this game score-wise and get some emotion back into it for Titusville, down 13-0 here in the first quarter. McCrae tees it up at midfield at the 40-yard line. Titusville has 3 back, standing back at about their 15. kick's going to come down the left side. It's going to be taken into the middle, should be by Harvey. Out across the 15 to 20, the 25, straight up the middle at the 30 and dropped at about the 31-yard line. And that's where Titusville will put it in play, 1st and 10.
Well, we're getting good field position. We're just not, and we had a couple of good drives, the second drive in particular, all the way down to the Corry 20 before it stalled. So our offense can move the ball here. We've just got to finish drives now. It might have been a little bit late there. We're looking at 72. I think that's Zadarko for Titusville coming in there. Maybe a little late, and also from the backside, lucky it didn't draw a flag.
Fish now in a tailback for Titusville. Perez is going to go out of the shotgun. Titusville stacks him on the left side. Single to the right. Perez looking to throw. Perez is going to get hit and dropped if he's not careful, and he does. He gets dropped back inside the 25 at about the 24. Did I miss that call, Steve? Did Garrett start there, quarterback?
I didn't see. I was looking here at the monitor.
No, that was Tony Perez.
Is that
Okay.
Perez back there?
I thought maybe Garrett had it and gave it to Perez. Well, first quarter comes to an end here at Corry. Corry 13, Titusville nothing. We'll see if Titusville can get some offense going here when we come back.
Farmers National Bank has always been committed to the communities they serve. It's part of our mission to remain an independent community bank where the art of a handshake has not been lost. We continue to strive to offer the highest standard in industry competitive products and services. We act not only to benefit the bank, but our customers, businesses, communities, and our employees, because we know our employees pride themselves in their work and serving their communities. When you invest with us, you can be proud to know that we're investing it right back, and that's the way it should be. We're Farmers National Bank. Go Rockets! A stranger, crazier, quirkier group of dog lovers cannot be found. We've looked, and that's what you'll find at the parking lot in Titusville. Dogs love us because we love dogs. We do everything we can to make sure our clients, dogs, not people, are completely comfortable and happy when they come to our shop. We've worked hard to create a safe, happy, and wholesome environment for everyone. We offer grooming, daycare, and boarding. Plus, you'll find a few products that our clients will love, and so will their owners. So bring your pups in and let them discover their new home away from home, the parking lot on Franklin Street in Titusville.
Second quarter action getting underway. Titusville will have a 2nd down and 15 at their own 25-yard line. 13-0. Corry on top if you just joined us. Trips to the left side for Titusville. Keeping it in tight on the right side. Now we put a man in motion. It'll be signs to the right. Perez over the middle. Oh, in and out of the hands of Vroman. Straight down the field from his wing spot.
This is just a seam route from the left wing position. Roman's just going to run pretty much straight up the field. It's open. Again, the ball is just a little bit high. I don't know whether Perez has a little bit of adrenaline still flowing there, but you can see he's coming from the tight end position. Guys, got to bring that down just a little bit lower. We'll get a good catch on this and a good play.
He's got some zip on that throw.
Titusville with 3 stacked to the left side. Perez once again looking to throw, in trouble. Now he throws over the middle, and it is almost intercepted at the 40-yard line. Dropped there by Lazinski. Check that, Lipinski for Corry, and Titusville now will have to punt.
You're going to see he's going to throw this one. He's starting to get rattled, it looks like, almost. But again, that one was more to Lipinski than it was to anybody else for Titusville. Not sure who he was looking at to throw that ball to, but again, Titusville's going to have to punt here.
Corry puts one back at the 45. A good snap. The kick is away. It's a high kick. It's going to hit about midfield. Roll inside the 50 and go out of bounds at about midfield, I guess. So it'll be 1st down and 10. Corry with a short field. Not what you want to give them when they're running the ball so well.
No, it's not what you want to give them. Titusville's going to have to figure out defensively how to get people to penetrate this blocking. And again, it's going to be tough to do because, like we said, they have short, tight splits along the offensive line. They're going to just keep it tight together. They found something that works. I don't expect anything to be different coming up on this drive.
Well, get Adam down the field where he can get a little better look, and maybe he can come up with something for us. If Adam had stayed out there in the 45, like
he'd have had 2 or 3 tackles.
Yeah.
You're not kidding there, guys.
Of course, you've probably been out of the game by now, too. But
Tony Perez isn't getting a lot of time back there either. The Corry defensive line is doing a good job of pushing back Titusville's offensive line. So he's got Corry Beavers in his face a lot.
I formation once again. Burlew gets the ball coming across the right side. Garrett up to make the hit. Pick up about 2 in the play.
One of the things here you'll notice on this play for the Titusville defensive line, they've had a chance to talk to them. Look at them all dive down. You can see no push. They're basically, the Titusville defensive line is trying to take the legs out of the offensive line so they can get no push, and hoping that the linebackers in the secondaries that can come up and make tackles might not be a bad way to try to attack this running game.
2nd down and 7 for Corry. Inside Titusville's 50 at the 47. Pitch back comes to the tailback, Lazinski, I believe, and he gets inside the 45 to about the 44. So Lipinski is the first-time carrier for other than Burlew. Picks up about 4 or 5 on the play.
And again, you can see Titusville's trying to get some penetration. Jack goes to the outside. They cut it up inside. We need flow from the linebackers. So when he cuts it back, ideally you want a linebacker coming down that line of scrimmage and making that tackle.
3rd down 3 for Corry. Ball's given off to Burlew, comes across the right side, inside the 40 to about the 38, has enough for the first down. Picks up about 4 on the play.
Jack Garrett is getting a workout here. The corner for Titusville, that's probably, it might be his 10th or 11th tackle of the game. You can see it. He's doing a nice job. This is just a big kid. This is a 5'9", 5'10", 200-pound running back. He gets a head of steam up. He's hard to bring down, and Jack has had to introduce himself more than on one occasion here so far in this first half.
1st down 10, Corry. Again, power formation. Going to power eye to right. Burlew straight on the right side, inside the 35, breaks a tackle inside the 30 to the 29, drives straight ahead. Enough close for the first down. If it's not the first down, it is. 1st down and 10.
Yeah, again, they're just getting huge chunks, and this is just power football. You can see he just got enough time to pick a place to run through. He finds it, and he just downfield 5, 7, 10 yards at a time. That on our Oil Creek Plastics instant replay.
9:45 to go, first half. 13-0 Corry. Again, power eye to the right. To Burlew. Burlew goes straight up the middle, cuts to the left side, and thanks to the official, and the official is down. Not enough for the first down. The official wasn't quite ready for the cutback that time. See, that's what happened to you, Adam, if you've been out there.
Exactly. Yeah, the official, he took a bounce, but he hopped right back up again, so he's all right.
Well, you can see that, if he'd have remembered what he was taught, you can't turn your back on the play, Mr. Official. You drop the hips, drop the shoulder pad, get ready for that hit.
2nd down and 4 to Titusville 22 for the Corry Beavers, leading 13-0. Giving off to Burlew, straight ahead. And he's up to the 15-yard line, or down to the 15-yard line.
It's like Partridge and Garrett, I believe, in on the tackle there. But again, they're getting 5, 7, 8 yards a pop on this offensive set. And you can just see where they're just the problem with diving at the offensive line. I'm not saying that it's a bad strategy, but the problem is you kind of sacrifice yourself.
Yeah.
And you're down there, and he's got plenty of time to pick his holes. He just waits for another hole to open. So we got to fill quicker if we're going to do this from the linebacker position.
Out under the ball. The ball is given off again to Burlew, straight across the middle. And he's inside the 15 to about the 14 on the first down play. Bring up a 2nd down and about 8.
And that again is Partridge. He's making some plays out of the defensive line position. Parker Harvey coming up, fighting off a block and making a stop here too. That's what you got to try to do. You got to get off of blocks, find the ball carrier, and start sticking them a little bit. But this Corry offensive line so far has been really impressive.
Yeah, there's big holes down there, Adam. I can see them from up here, and I'm blind in one eye.
Yeah, their running back's doing a good job. It's like Le'Veon Bell-like, the way he's skipping around and picking a hole.
Yeah, it seems to be quick. Titusville jumps offside, unless Corry drew them offside. They did not. They're saying it's against Titusville. Titusville a little anxious to bring up a 2nd down, too.
Yeah, they had a couple of guys. Looked like Bush and Partridge. And, you get anxious a little bit there because, you can see everybody. That's just everybody went. I don't know normally if I see a whole bunch of defensive linemen, I think somebody in the offense moved, but they're going to mark it off against Titusville there. Again, if you're getting beat up, you're trying to get off the ball a little quicker, and that time just a little bit too quick for the Titusville Rockets.
2nd down and 2 for Titusville. 7:34 left in the first half. They're now down to the time. He drives in and is in for the touchdown. So Corry able to pick up the third score of the evening. And they'll go up on Titusville by 3 touchdowns, 19-0 with the extra point to come. See if they go for 2.
And again, you can see, they just look at how they open that up right off tackle. They've got their tackle, their lineman kind of blocked down a little bit, maybe the tackle out a little bit, but that lead blocker catches on that outside. They've got everything sealed off, and that's what's opening up that hole.
That was Nick Lipinski, a sophomore, listed at 5'7", 145 on the touchdown for Corry. And now Corry will go for 2, having missed the last extra point. Back into their power formation. Looking to throw off to the right side. Man's all by himself in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So they pick up the 2, 21-0 with 7:19 to go. Corry on top. And we'll be back with a Corry kickoff right after this.
Hospital partners, Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital together provide a continuum of high-quality care across Crawford County. Both create the ultimate patient experience. Every patient, every time. Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital are more than a hospital. We are a hospital partner, a community partner, a family partner, and a health partner.
So many Americans struggle with finances. Starting today, State Farm is here to help, giving us all the chance to simply sit down and learn. Visit letstarttoday.com or talk to an agent.
We're safe and sound.
7:19 to go in the half, 21-0 Corry. Adam, up here we're talking about how dominant this line play is of Corry. They're just absolutely coming up with second and short all the time on us.
Talking with Brian DeFonso down here, he's writing for the newspaper, and he said exactly the same thing. They're just running the same play. They're just down.
And the kick comes down. It's going to be taken on the left side. Coming up across the 30 to 35, and that's Jack Garrett out to about the 37-yard line, first down and 10. Yeah, there's not much of a variety in their offensive set. That last touchdown, of course, was to Nick Lipinski, who was running out of the tailback position that time. But it's just good hard running and very good line play by Corry. 7:13 to go in the half. Titusville down 21-0. See if we can come up with something here and get some offense going. Perez will be at the quarterback position. We'll send trips to the right. Palma comes wide to the left. Parker Harvey in the backfield with Perez. The high snap that Perez controls, drops back. Now he steps up into the pocket, throws down the middle. It's intercepted. Corry has it at the 45, at the Titusville at the 50, Titusville 45, and brought down at the Titusville 43-yard line. So 1st and 10, and right off the get-go, Corry intercepts.
Again, this is Tyler Jackson. We talked about him the last time they tried to throw this ball over the middle. This is just thrown high. Perez does a nice job. He steps up into the pocket. He's got a decent pocket, drops his head when he throws the ball, and it causes the ball to sail right to the safety. And he gets a nice little return back here. Vroman on the stop. But Corry, again, back to the offense at Titusville's 42, 43-yard line.
So the turnover will put Corry in position in the short field again at the 42 of Titusville. They'll send their offense out and wonder if they'll line up in that power formation. Well, they like to run it. Under center. Quarterback to Burlew. Burlew up across the 35, the 30. Check 35, excuse me, inside the 35 to about the 34. Pickup of about 8 or 9 on the play, second and short.
Again, nobody touching the running back here. They do it. It's the same direction. It's the same play, folks. Everything's rested right there. You can see him cutting out. Jack goes a little bit too far on the outside, but he's got outside containment, so he's got to step that way. And that's Hoffmeister on the tackle, 8 yards downfield. Titusville's got to firm up early in this ground attack.
Second down short for Corry. Comes to the right side. Burlew breaks it to the outside. He's at the 30. Stiff arms at 25, 20, 15, 10. And he's in, but we have flags on the play, I believe.
Flag down around to 27. I think they're going to finally catch him for a holding play and didn't really need to on this play here. At least it looked like it was a hold here. But again, they're going to see, you can see how the linebacker kind of gets pushed to the inside. And there's Jack Garrett on the corner. Just can't wrap him up. And right there's
blocking
the back maybe on Corry there. It looks like it's going to go back, and that wasn't really, to be honest with you. You run that back a little bit, you're going to see here. See if you can go backwards. This is a talented running back when you can run this way. But if you see he's coming back here, you're going to watch 51 is coming across here to make the block. And he doesn't really want to hit him and just couldn't quite get out of his way. Not really a block, but a break for Titusville here as that ball's going to come back. And
is that where we had Adam blocking the back?
Yeah, that was a block in the back. And like Steve's talked about earlier, our defensive line is just diving in, so they can't make any tackles at all, and it's just leaving it up to our linebackers.
Burlew tries to break the outside, but he just ran, and this time we get him, and there's no gain on the play. On a second down and about 5.
Harvey and Garrett, looks like on the stop there for Titusville. Good job. And again, it's, you hate to keep, make it sound like we're repeating ourselves. We're not. It's just that Corry has run this same play so far. I mean, it's been 95% of what they've run so far. And, when they are picking up 7, 8 yards a pop, why change?
Yeah, they're bringing it to the outside a little bit more right now. Whether or not we're plugging a hole, they're cutting to the outside, I don't know. We'll have to watch to see. Same formation, strong side right. Goes to the tailback, Lipinski, down around the 30. Pickup of about 5, maybe enough, and is enough for the first down.
Again, Colin Hoffmeister getting some play again at the linebacker position. Only his second game playing linebacker. He's going to come across here. Coming in, there you can see the kick out block. Garrett tries to make the tackle. It's Colin. That's what we're talking about, linebacker flow from the far side. Colin's playing the right side. This play's going away from him. Does a nice job of flowing to the ball. That on our Oil Creek Plastics instant replay.
21-0 Corry on the drive. Straight across this. Lipinski jumps over one man, takes it down to the 25, pick up a 5 on the play.
This is, you have that one on replay? We're going to show you this one here. And this is a good job by Colin. I think it's Hoffmeister that makes the tackle, but this is really good play here because you can watch him coming through.
Oh, he's tackled.
Yeah, like the tackle is being done. That's not Hoffmeister, I'm sorry. But it's Keeler from Corry that's got his arms around.
My goodness.
Jade Bush made the tackle. So good job there by Bush.
After being tackled himself. Second down and 5. It goes to Burlew. Breaks to the left side, and he's going to get nothing. So that's one of the first times that we've been able to come up and make the stop and bring up a third down.
Well, Partridge is doing a decent job here. He's just not just diving at him, but he's getting a little bit of penetration coming through here. Reaches around. It's Dunlap as well in on that play. So a good job by the defensive line on this particular play. And Titusville's got him in a 3rd and 5, an opportunity here maybe to get a stop.
Power eye right for Corry. To Burlew, straight ahead into the 20. It'll be enough for the first down inside the 20 to the 19. So unable to make the stop on that 3rd and 4 play. Corry will have a first down and 10.
Yeah, you can see where Titusville's defense is now going to, they're going to start tearing because this kind of blocking, this kind of a ground game just kind of wears on you. And again, I understand that these kids play both ways, but this is still an awful lot of being pushed on that can tire you out a lot quicker.
Yeah, you can. They're beating up on our line pretty good right now. First down and 10 at the Titusville 19, Corry. And now we have a whistle from the far side. I'm not sure what the call is going to be. Linesman's running in. Going to talk to their head referee.
Have you guys talked at all up there about the two blocking backs actually have lineman numbers, 78 and 80. So they've got, 8 linemen in the game.
Well, here, and here's the other thing too. 78, if the program's accurate, we wonder about that. He is another freshman, 5'10", 215. Now, if you get a look at number 78 on the field, it doesn't really look like that fits the description in the program. So, but yeah, they are running, it looks like, linemen in the backfield, which is perfectly legal.
Yeah, they're just blocking backs, and we'll talk a little bit about the history of Corry here in a second. Burlew cuts to the left side, 15 to 10, down inside the 10 to about the 5-yard line. Time he starts to the right and then cuts it back to the left side, picks up a bundle. They'll have a first down and goal right around the 5-yard line.
Remember, we've talked about experience at positions. This is an experienced runner right here because he sees that hole open up. That play's supposed to go to the right, but he sees that hole open up in the left side and immediately makes the cut to the left side, picks up a big gain, gets us first and goal here inside the 10. Titusville just looks tired right now.
They're getting beat up pretty good right now, quite frankly.
They're just being pushed all over the place. Now, Coach Hancock wants to talk to the official. I don't know what the question is.
Adam, years ago, Adam, before you guys were in existence, I was watching Corry. They used to go to the old single wing. I don't know if you watch that very often, and you don't always have to go to the History Channel to see it. It's just a direct snap to the tailback, but they line up the same thing they're doing now, but rather than a quarterback, they would just directly snap to Burlew, and everybody goes student body right, student body left with no quarterback, and they'd have the lineman in there like you're saying, so there'd be a 10-line offense with a tailback. And Corry ran that time and time and time again, year after year after year, back in the 50s. They had great success. Looks very similar to this, except here we have the quarterback, and back in those days, there was no quarterback.
This isn't the only
team. They call it Wildcat now, I guess.
Yeah, but this isn't the only team that does this. If you remember,
Greenville,
a couple of years ago, we were down playing in the Mercer League. Greenville constantly runs that student body right, student body left. And they find something that works, and they just plug their kids into it, and the kids run the system. And that's what's happening here now with Corry.
First down and goal for Corry now with 3:10 left to go in the first half, leading 21-0. Out of the huddle. On the snap, ball's given off to Burlew. Burlew straight ahead. Inside the 5. Oh, he breaks the tackle and drives ahead. I thought we had him down. We did not. He broke the tackle and went in for the touchdown. I thought we had him stopped at about the 5 or 3-yard line.
This is just good hard running here by this young man. It's Burlew for the running back for Corry. You're going to see him come through there. And there's blocking getting out to the second level. I'm not too sure who missed him, but
71. Run that back, Luke.
71, I think, and that's, if this is right, William Mitchell.
Well, what I'm looking at is what was the block that sprung?
Well, you're going to see that it is the block of Mitchell, 71. He's going to get out on Hoffmeister right away. You can see right there he's got the block on Hoffmeister. And the guards, you look at some of these guys that are doing this, and they're just turning people. They're not pushing them necessarily off the line here. And there's the double team.
I can't see in the commotion. I was looking, Adam, what I was looking for there is I thought maybe there in the backfield, Titusville's defensive backs were being held, and Burlew was able to make the break into the end zone, but couldn't see it.
Right now, it's still a matter of up front, and we're just not able to do anything to get any type of a push off the defensive line.
And not only is this running back Burlew running, with a lot of steam, but he's also running smart.
Yes.
He knows when to make the cuts, like you talked about earlier. If it's not on the right, he cuts it back to the left. And on that play, he just kept his feet going. He didn't let himself go down, spun around a couple times, the extra effort into the end zone.
One of the things that we've seen is several good running backs against us this year, so it's pretty hard to evaluate. But this young man seems to be the smart runner you were talking about, and like Adam's referring to, he just keeps driving. He may be one of the better backs that we've seen. He's quick to the hole.
Yeah, he sees the hole, and he's making the right read and makes the right decision. He doesn't misread a play.
We have him listed at 5'10", 200-pound, I believe, a senior. And the kick is going to come down to the left side and go out of bounds, and so Titusville put it in play first down and 30 at the 35.
Well, Titusville's got 3 minutes here in this second quarter to get something going, to put something together here offensively, because we have to kick off to them to start this second half. And if we can't get some points on the board the way the first half, because Corry's had the ball 4 times.
Scored 4 times.
And they've scored 4 touchdowns. So Titusville desperately needs points because we kick it off and they do it again. You're in the Mercer rule, and you're down 35, and the clock is going to run continuous. So Titusville needs points right now.
Double to the left for Titusville, signal to the right. Perez out of shotgun. Wants to go outside to Harvey. Harvey has it out across the 40, the 45, to the 50, inside the 50 to about the 48-yard line of Corry. Out of the backfield on the swing pass, and Harvey picks up the first down.
This is a good play, well executed. It's a good throw by Perez. And Parker Harvey brings it in. Now here's where we've talked about Parker Harvey running. Right here, see how he stops and tries to make that cut back? I don't want that out of Parker Harvey on that necessarily. I'd rather you keep a full head of steam going and drop the shoulder pads and punish the tacklers a little bit.
Titusville will stack them on both sides. Perez looking to throw. Wants to go to Harvey on the other side and throws a little long over the head of Harvey. Goes incomplete. Bring up the second down and 10.
On that time, Tristan Volk from Corry, if that's right. I don't think that's right because this is a 5'6", 140-pound wide receiver, number 44. I'm not too sure if that's the kid or not, but he's right there stride for stride. But if it is him, he's going to have trouble. Even if that's a good throw, he'll have trouble bringing Parker Harvey down at that size. So again, Coach Hancock looks like he's going to go into throwing mode here.
That flag was on the play. I didn't see the call. Adam?
Holding against one of the Titusville offensive linemen.
Okay, so that doesn't help any. It brings up the first down and 20.
And again, we've talked about it, the negative plays that put you down, put you back, down in distance, tough to overcome.
First down, and now they're saying first down 22 because it's a spot foul. Science comes in motion. Flair comes out to Science. Science, the pass is complete. Tries to cut back to the side, but no deal. The young man you were speaking of comes up and makes the tackle. Loss of about 4 on the play.
And this is this play here. We're trying to. It's a little bit of a timing scheme here too, because you got to get the ball out there. The receivers on this side are going to run routes, but they're actually blocking routes, and we can't hold the block.
So second down and 24 for Titusville. Titusville 3 to the right, 2 to the left. 5 wideouts for Titusville. We spread out the defense. Perez wants to throw. Oh, he's getting pressure. Rolling to his right. Rolling, looking deep, still rolling. Throws up short. Complete to Harvey. He's at the 45, knocked out of bounds at about the Corry 47-yard line. Won't be enough for the first down, but it'll bring up third and probably 8.
And again, you can see pressure coming right away. Right through the middle. We miss it. Our right tackle, I'm not sure who that is. 64 for Titusville. No, I'm sorry. James Wilsley, 65. Got to do a better job. You got to give your quarterback at least a chance here.
Third down and 8 Titusville. It's at the 46-yard line of Corry. 1:58 left to go in the first half. 28-0 Corry. Doubles both sides now for Titusville. In motion to the right now is Jack Garrett. Perez dropping deep, throws downfield, overthrows his receiver, almost picked off once again around the 30-yard line. Bring up a fourth down play for Titusville. I would imagine Coach Hancock will go for it.
Well, I think he probably will. There's a minute 53 to go here. You got to try to get the first down. You don't want to give the ball back to Corry at this point. But one of the things here with Perez on this is he drops back. Watch him fade. Plant your foot here, and he just kind of fades it. He steps wide instead of stepping at target.
Well, we're wrong. We're going to punt. Harvey will get the kick away from about the 42 of Titusville. Good snap to Harvey. Good kick by Harvey. Drives the receiver back to about the 7-yard line, comes up the right side, out across the 20, cuts it back to the left side, and he's going to be brought down just inside the that's Saxman, just inside the 25-yard line. Now mark it right at the 20-yard line now. First down and 10.
It's a good punt here. I was looking to see here. We're going to get, there's one to the face mask. And then we're going to come back here, and I thought maybe I saw a block in the back, but I guess not. I guess I was wrong there.
Be a first down and 10 for Corry. They're up their own 20-yard line with 1:41 to go here in the first half. Corey's going to split them out now. Corry can throw the ball. Lesher has thrown for over 500 yards this year. He's standing now out of shotgun for the first time.
Didn't
reset the back. Burlew on the snap. The ball's given to Burlew. He comes straight ahead. Breaks off the left side. He'll get out to about the 30. He'll be close to a first down.
That was a weird play, guys.
Yes, it was.
Titusville jumped, but didn't, break into the neutral zone apparently, and the offensive line, stood up like, "Are you going to call the flag?" And the referee didn't.
Yeah, it should have been a penalty against him.
No, they're not in a three-point stance. As long as their hands aren't down, they can stand up.
Not if I say so.
Well, that's true.
So they just reset and ran the play.
They just didn't. They didn't grow up in our household.
Doubles left, doubles right. Signal backfield. Quarterback looking to throw over the middle. He's got a good ball. He's got a man all by himself at about Titusville 47. Got behind this, but he overthrows his receiver, fortunately.
Well, we have a good, the Palma's back here, and he's in front of the receiver. At least he's in the passing lane, forcing that ball to be thrown high. If he throws it where their receiver could catch it, there's a good chance Palma could bring that down.
1:13 to go in the half. It'll be a second down and 10 for Corry at their own 30. Again, they'll stay in the shotgun formation with Zach Lesher at quarterback. Doubles both ways. Now they put a man in motion to the right. Lesher is going to keep it. I think a broken play. Tries to get to the outside. He's going to be thrown for a loss.
Joseph Jacobson for Titusville. He's a freshman. Makes that play, so good job of that young man. Yeah, it looks like I think he was trying to read that, just couldn't find any place to run.
I just wanted, it looked to me like the timing may have been off, Adam. He wanted to give it to the man in motion. I don't know.
Yeah. He just a misplay in the backfield, and so he just kept it. And Jacobson is a senior. He's a misprint in the program.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now trips to the right for Corry, single to the left. Lesher wants to throw, looking to the right side, and in and out of the hands, trying to get it to Burlew at about the 30-yard line. And he had some blockers ahead of him. Could have been a good play, but it'll bring up a 4th down and 12, and it'll be the first punt now for Corry with 40 seconds left to go here in the first half. Corry leading 28-0. That's the first possession this half that they did not score points on.
Well, you notice they changed their offense up, too. They had to go away from the power run game because they wanted to try to get a touchdown quickly here before the half. Their splits opened up, and they tried to throw the ball a little bit. Probably not their strength from what we've seen so far. Their ground game would be their strength.
Warren to do the punting for Corry. Low snap. Gets the kick away. Nice high kick. It's going to be taken by Palma. Oh, he missed it. Now he picks up. No, he's down again, and it's going to be Corry's ball. Titusville turns it over inside their own 40 at the 39, 38-yard line. Mistake by the young man. This time wasn't able to field the punt, and it will go over on a fumble to Corry with 27 seconds left to go in the half.
Yeah, I just could not find the handle on it. I think that's one of the few times he's been back for punt return duty. Just could not get the handle on it, and unfortunately, Titusville's going to give the ball right back to Corry, this time at the Titusville, 39-yard line, so defense is going to have to hold here.
I think the wind had something to do with that, too. That was a high kick, and you can see the flag is blowing pretty good, and that ball was just kind of blowing all over the place.
Lesher looking to throw. He's got a man going deep down the right side. He's by himself. Oh, in and out of the hands. He was all by himself, and the wideout unable to come up with it. And that was Saxton, Ryan Saxton.
Yeah, and he gets behind Titusville bad here. This should not happen. You know they want to go deep, and he just runs by the corner. Can't see who that is. I guess that's Vroman, linebacker, that has him, but you just can't let him get back behind you like that. That was a well-thrown ball. I mean, it was right through his hands.
Yeah, just dropped it. Doubles both sides for Corry. Second down and 10 at the Titusville 39. fumble on the snap. Lesher is going to be brought down. He's going to actually slip down back at the Titusville 48-yard line, and I believe they're going to let the clock run out. Did they take? Yeah, Climb's going to run out, I believe, here in the
I think
half.
they're just going to let the clock run.
So the end of the first half, Corry 28, Titusville nothing. Titusville's going to have to get together, see if they can pick up some kind of sequence to change things around here for the second half. Down 28-0 at halftime here at Corry.
Bayless Fuel in Titusville carries a full line of automotive and truck maintenance supplies, like Wix filters, the best performing, most reliable filters in the world. Interstate Batteries, the #1 replacement brand battery in North America. Bayless Fuel also carries motor oils, greases, and specialty lubricants, like hydraulic oils, transmission fluid, brake fluid, antifreeze, and more. Let the friendly staff find the right product for the job at hand. Bayless Fuel on South Brown Street in Titusville.
Farmers National Bank has always been committed to the communities they serve. It's part of our mission to remain an independent community bank where the art of a handshake has not been lost. We continue to strive to offer the highest standard in industry competitive products and services. We act not only to benefit the bank, but our customers, businesses, communities, and our employees, because we know our employees pride themselves in their work and serving their communities. When you invest with us, you can be proud to know that we're investing it right back, and that's the way it should be. We're Farmers National Bank. Go Rockets!
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home is dedicated to providing the highest level of service to Titusville and surrounding communities. Our family and staff continues the tradition started by Gordon B. Garrett in 1965, treating our clients with care and respect. Since then, we have grown, now in our third generation and in 2 locations, 303 North Washington Street and 203 East Main Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, a history of tradition and commitment to excellence. Interstate Pipe and Supply means it when we say service means business. With a knowledgeable staff, full fleet of trucks, and large product offering, we can answer your questions and fill your orders, big job or small. Covering multiple applications and industries, we're not just a plumbing location, but a one-stop shop assisting homeowners and contractors quickly and efficiently. We are locally owned and make it our #1 priority to keep our customers returning and happy. We have been a staple in the Titusville community for 40+ years. Stop in today and let us service you. Good luck to the Titusville Rockets this year.
A stranger, crazier, quirkier group of dog lovers cannot be found. We've looked, and that's what you'll find at the parking lot in Titusville. Dogs love us because we love dogs. We do everything we can to make sure our clients, dogs, not people, are completely comfortable and happy when they come to our shop. We've worked hard to create a safe, happy, and wholesome environment for everyone. We offer grooming, daycare, and boarding. Plus, you'll find a few products that our clients will love, and so will their owners. So bring your pups in and let them discover their new home away from home, the parking lot on Franklin Street in Titusville.
And welcome back. It is halftime here in Corry. It is the True Value Hardware, Wagner's Gun Tech halftime show. And the Titusville High School Marching Band is out on the field. We'll bring you some of the sights and sounds of the high school marching band. Titusville High School Marching Band performing here at Corry High School. Our Rocket halftime show will continue right after this.
Anderson Physical Therapy is committed to your long-term health and well-being. With certified licensed therapists, Anderson's can provide therapy for all your rehabilitation needs. With offices located at 202 Union Street in Titusville and 118 Main Street, Ute, Anderson looks forward to opening their new location in Cambridge Springs, making it convenient for you to get back to doing the things you enjoy. So stay on top of your game with Anderson Physical Therapy, with convenient locations in Northwest Pennsylvania and online 24/7 at andersonphysicaltherapy.net. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home is dedicated to providing the highest level of service to Titusville and surrounding communities. Our family and staff continues the tradition started by Gordon B. Garrett in 1965, treating our clients with care and respect. Since then, we have grown, now in our third generation and in 2 locations, 303 North Washington Street and 203 East Main Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, a history of tradition and commitment to excellence. Whether you're a hunter, sports shooter, or collector, you'll want to come in and check out the all-new Wagner's Gun Tech. Wagner's Gun Tech is now open on State Highway 27 in Titusville, carrying a great selection of quality guns, ammunition, gun safes, and more. Wagner's Gun Tech is buying, selling, and trading firearms. They also offer expert gun repair and appraisal, and coming soon, professional gunsmithing. Wagner's friendly, knowledgeable staff will be happy to help you find just what you're looking for. Call them at 775-0688, or better yet, stop into Wagner's Gun Tech, Route 27, Titusville.
Sometimes a project becomes more than just checking off your to-do list.
Behind every project is a true value, with locations in Titusville and in Franklin.
And welcome back. It is halftime here at Corry High School. Having some fun up here in the press box. It is the True Value Hardware Wagner's Gun Tech halftime show. What?
You've got to see our producer here, because we're all wearing headsets. 3 of us up here. We're pretty tight together here. And wearing headsets, and they're all around our producer's legs. And he's stepping on them, and I'm trying to put it on my head, and it fell out of my hands. It's just all kinds of.
You know, we're not stepping on Adam Preston, who's down on the field. Adam, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, it's definitely not what the Titusville Rockets were looking for. We've had a few offensive plays that have gone well, but we haven't been able to put a sustained drive together. And the turnover didn't help us there, and a couple turnovers actually. But the wind is picking up quite a bit. That could be a factor more in the second half here as we keep things moving on.
Yeah, if Titusville can get back in the ball game, we're going to have to put the ball up. We are not going to be able to run ourselves back into a 28-0 deficit. At least we haven't been able to this year. So that wind could play, as Adam was mentioning, into our passing game a little bit. Wireless Mike brought to you tonight by the Titusville Dairy Products and by Cochran Real Estate. And we're grateful for that. So, yeah, the wind might be a problem. Adam, the big problem we have right now is we got to get a stop in this first series.
Yeah, exactly. Corry's going to come out, and they'll have the opening second half kickoff. They'll still have the ball. Maybe Titusville will pull a page from last week and try an onside kick. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to give Corry a short field, but you're down 28-0. Maybe you need to try something, Steve. I wouldn't put a pass hand call.
I wouldn't put it either, but it's not necessarily what I think I would do. It's been hard enough to stop them going 80 yards, let alone if we try something like that and it doesn't work and they get the ball at midfield. It's just hard to see what. Just how dominant this performance has been by Corry's offensive line. I mean, we've talked about it and talked about it and talked about it. And if you watch this game, you're going to see what we're talking about. I mean, they're just blowing people off the ball early on in the game. 5-10 yards off the ball there is where our defensive linemen are being pushed to. Then Titusville adjusted tactics a little bit. We started to try to get low, stay low at the feet of the offensive lineman. Worked a little bit, but the sacrifice, the offset to that is the running back has a lot of time to choose where to run. And that's also hurt us.
he also has a big head of steam, and he's getting into the secondary. So even when we do make a tackle, they're getting 3 or 4 or 5 extra yards after we make initial contact in the secondary.
Well, and the trouble is it's 5 yards downfield.
Well, that's
First
actually that has gotten better as the game wore on. You remember their first 2 drives, they were 10 yards downfield before we had a contact on them. So, we are getting to them a little bit earlier, but we've got to do a better job of getting shoulders into people. We've said this all year when it comes to tackling. You got to hit and drive, and that's just not what we've been able to do.
What effect has the Luke? What effect has the Luke had on the game? No, what?
It's been minimal. I can say that much right now.
What effect has the tight formation Adam brought up? There's no gaps.
It's just power football. It's just straight. I'm going to knock you off your feet, and that's what they've done.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up our True Value Hardware Wagner's Gun Tech halftime show. Second half action is coming up next.
Let's talk business. What does yours need for communication? Whether you're a small business or a large one, Armstrong Business Solutions has the tools. From internet and telephone to high-speed fiber optic networking. Connecting multiple locations? No sweat. Conducting business on the go? We've got unified voice. As a telecommunications leader, we know what it takes to deliver the performance, reliability, and security required for business-critical IT and connectivity. Are you getting all that for what you're paying? Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
Bayless Fuel in Titusville carries a full line of automotive and truck maintenance supplies, like Wix filters, the best performing, most reliable filters in the world. Interstate Batteries, the #1 replacement brand battery in North America. Bayless Fuel also carries motor oils, greases, and specialty lubricants, like hydraulic oils, transmission fluid, brake fluid, antifreeze, and more. Let the friendly staff find the right product for the job at hand. Bayless Fuel on South Brown Street in Titusville.
Second half action just moments away. Our coverage of Titusville Rocket football this season is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, by Bayless Fuel Service, by Oil Creek Plastics, by Interstate Pipe and Supply, by Larry's Auto Service, by True Value Hardware, by Anderson Physical Therapy, by Armstrong, by the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, by the Titusville Dairy Products Company, by Joe Taylor Ford, by Farmers National Bank, by the Meadville Medical Center, Titusville Area Hospital, by the Blue Canoe Brewery, by the Titusville Moose Family Center, by the Barking Lot, by Wagner's Gun Tech, by the Oil Country Federal Credit Union, by CORKY'S Pizza and Subs, by Family Video, and by the Titusville Beverage. Mark Heim, Nick Wig, our camera operators tonight. On the field is Adam Preston. Up in the booth, we have Jim Bodemer and Steve Bodemer. I'm Luke Rio. Second half action just moments away, guys, and the Rockets are behind the Beavers 28-0. Steve, you had a chance to check some other scores. Any big surprises tonight?
No, not really. The big game, of course, for our region is Mercyhurst Prep and Harbor Creek. Spotted 1 and 2 in the region are playing tonight, and the last I looked, Mercyhurst Prep in the second quarter is leading that ball game 14-0. Not really unexpected there, as we had mentioned earlier during the Prep game. They were probably the team to beat. Doesn't look like anybody's going to be able to do that, but you never know. That game could change. Harbor Creek, can score quickly if Prep gets lazy.
The big game down south was Wilmington. They're showing a lot of strength down that Mercer County area. They're up, 31-0?
31-0 on Hickory, of all teams. You got to remember, Hickory is a 6 or 7-time defending District 10 champion for our division of football, and Wilmington, believe it or not, is a class below. They're a AA school. They play in a mixed division of 2A and 3A schools in their region, and they've really been dominant in that region. So look out for Wilmington. For those of you who are not in this District 10 area, it looks like we got a team up here that's going to make a run here in the state playoffs once those begin.
Adam, what do you think we got to do here? We're going to kick off. How do you see this opening drive? How important do you see it?
Well, I think we need to put some pink socks on. Maybe that's the key. That's for Corry tonight.
I've been waiting for you to join the dance line out there. I think that would look good.
Okay.
Okay.
We have to get a stop. We have to get a stop on Corry and get the ball back. We cannot let them go down the field and score another touchdown. And then we have a running clock going.
Right.
And if we have any hope of getting back in this game, we need to get a defensive stop. And then the offense need to take over in order to keep Corry's offense off the field. You know, when our offense is going 3 and out, you know, or 6 and out or whatever, then we're just giving the ball back and letting Corry have more offensive time.
I mean, let's be honest here. Let's take a look at things. We're down 4 scores. If Titusville does not give up another touchdown, we have to score 5 times this half. So it's not just a matter of putting a stop to their offense. At this point in juncture, I believe you're going to have to get a couple of turnovers to try to get a couple extra possessions in this half.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Even Abe Lincoln said 4 scores.
7 years ago.
7 years. I said
Our forefathers brought forth on this country a new nation, conceived in liberty, dedicated to the proposition.
Just turn his mic off.
That all men are created equal.
Adam Preston on the wireless mic tonight, brought to you by the Titusville Dairy Products Company and by Cochran Real Estate.
Producer.
All our sponsors must be so proud of us.
Hey, Adam, did you know that you get paid by the number of minutes you're on the air in audio? Did he tell you that?
I did not know that.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's awful late to be telling you that.
I'll take over to play-by-play then.
You go after it, buddy. It's okay with me. 28-0. Corry on top of the second half. She's about ready to get underway. Titusville will kick off to Corry, and we'll see if we can get serious about this whole situation again and see if we can come up with a stop. As Adam mentioned, to get the ball back, put some points on the board. I think what you said, Steve, is really quite correct. We need some breaks. We need some turnovers. We're not going to do it on possession because they eat up so much clock with their running game.
Yeah, it's either going to be really quick three and outs for the Corry offense, where Titusville's going to have to start ripping the ball out of the running back's hands. But either way, a big hill that Titusville's got to climb here this second half.
Levi Nosko will be teeing it up for Titusville at the 40. Corry will have several men back deep to keep 2 at the 10, 2 at the 20, and 2 at the 30. A little different format for a kickoff return team, but we'll see how that works for them. All set to go. Nosko approaches the ball, and the kick's going to go to the left side, and it's going to be taken at the 10-yard line. Out across the 20, the 25. Broke to the left side, he's out to the 30, 35, 40, and knocked out of bounds to 40. My goodness, we had him at the 20, gave him 20 more yards before we knocked him out of bounds.
That's Jack Garrett finally getting him out of bounds. But again, we've talked about this before, and pretty much all year, that Titusville's, their tackling just has not been up to snuff here. And this is not a big running back here, the return man. We've got somebody down there that gets a hand. Again, we take hands on it, and that's number 4 for Titusville. Misses him initially, and I think that is Charlie Nicholson. And again, you got Jack Garrett coming in, making a tackle, and it looks like Jack might be hurt. He grabbed his arm. You saw there at the tail end of our Oil Creek Plastics replay. Lose him, and you're in a lot of hurt right now.
Yeah, he's probably been playing as well tonight as any of the Titusville Rockets. We'll see if we can see what happened here in the instant replay.
Well, I don't think there's any question that Jack Garrett's our leading tackler coming into this half. A little bit of a block in the back there, but again, we just don't see to be attacking. And there's Garrett with the tackle, and we watch as he falls. It's his left arm that I think it's his left wrist that he gets a hold of. Don't really see what happened to it. It backs up, yeah.
I don't know which way it was, underneath him or?
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Actually, it happened maybe before that.
It might have happened before that.
He's not trying to use the left arm there. He first grabs with the left arm.
You can't really see it, but there he is. There's the hand. It's on the back side. I don't see anything that would create an issue, but certainly something did, because you watch, he hits and he grabs it right away.
Yeah, something's.
So, we'll be watching him to see Jack get back up on his feet, but whether or not he can get back in is questionable.
So it's the opening kickoff here into halftime, and some discussion going on down the field also with the Corry coaches. I'm not sure what the situation might be, but
well, they've got Jack sitting. I'm just wondering.
Adam, do you know what's going on down there?
I'm not sure, but I think maybe Coach Hancock came over and was calling for the ambulance to come out.
Okay.
I'm not positive about that, but now a Corry coach is running down. They are definitely looking at Jack's hand or wrist on his arm, from what I can tell from across the sideline here.
Yeah, they're holding. We can see the trainer, the Titusville trainer, has a hold of his arm there, and the helmet's off of him, and they're not letting him move. So we'll see what happens here. But it's
don't want
a
to
tough
speculate,
break
but it does look
Jack.
like it's.
Well, you don't want to see anybody, I don't care what team they are or what school they're from or whatever, you don't want to see anybody get hurt here. But for Titusville, this is a crippling blow. We've seen Jack Garrett on the field all season in all different positions.
Yeah.
Very versatile young man for Titusville. And like I said tonight, I really believe that Jack had probably 10 to 15 tackles in that first half alone.
I think since week one, guys, I think we sort of picked him as sort of the heart of this team this year.
Yeah, you really have. I think Jack stepped up this year and has been really their leader. He played quarterback at the beginning of the season. Then they made a change and put him right to the wideout where he played last year and was very effective for Titusville's offense last year. This year, he had to play quarterback, has played some receiver, and again on defense here tonight, probably their leading tackler. We mentioned his name a lot in the first half.
I suspect that we have put a lot of pressure on Jack. There's several times this season we have to pick a player of the game, and there are several times we picked Jack. I think the very first game of the season, if I recall, but I can't recall much of anything at my age. But
it was early in the year that we picked him for player of the game, and there's been a lot of games, where we've talked about it, and Jack's name is normally one of those names that you mentioned as player of the game. He's been a very good football player for Titusville. They're going to cart him off here. Our best wishes to Jack, and hope that everything's okay, because I'm sure this young man's got other things he wants to do this year, his senior year.
Yes, this is a senior year playing, and they brought a stretcher out. Now, he's up on his feet, just so you folks know, and as you can see, holding his left wrist, and I know there's this thing about athletes, Adam, that don't put me in that card, I'll walk out if I can. And he seems to be having a little bit of discussion over there as to whether or not he wants to be taken off on a card. But I'm suspecting that they're going to take him in and get a little better look at this, perhaps even at the X-ray unit.
Yeah, he'll be taken. They'll run him over to the hospital. They'll get a good, quick X-ray on it. And if it's broke, it'll be casted, and his season will end tonight, which is a shame. And hopefully it's not that case, and he'll be able to get off. Even if he doesn't come back to finish this season, he'll be able to go to his next sports season anyway on time.
It does make you speculate, though, that if they brought the card out, that they must have saw something that they didn't like, or they didn't want him to move it.
Right.
Putting the extra pressure on it.
Yeah, and it was immediate. So, well, we'll just wish him well.
He's gonna walk off. Again, there's that. We've talked about, as you mentioned, the athlete mentality. You want to walk off the field. You don't want to be carried, no matter what happens.
Okay, we're set to go. Anyway, we'll see if we can get some more information as time goes along, and certainly follow Jack and wish him well. First down and 10 for Corry. First series of the second half. They're back into the power I formation. Strong side right to Burlew, drive straight ahead. He's going to come out to about the 43. One of the things that I'm looking forward to this half, Steve, is to see what kind of adjustments we were able to make, and can we then execute those adjustments here in the second half to try to stop this run game.
Well, and that's what you want to see is some kind of adjustments made to stop a ground game. And I got to be honest with you, first play from scrimmage, you're going to pick up 4 yards. One of the better defensive plays we've made, but that's not that right tackle run that they've been running so effectively tonight. Let's see what happens as they progress in this drive.
Second down 7, again to the Burlew, and nothing there. Well, he drives ahead. I'm amazed. There's a big pile up at the 45.
He's still back.
He's still at the 45.
Yeah, he's still at the 45. Yeah. That's a guard or center that coming out there. That's the lead blocker, number 85. He's one of the lead blockers coming out through there. But again, a good job by Titusville on defensively. They kind of held them for no gain there. One of the adjustments, again, that has happened by force, I think, is Parker Harvey's now playing that left contained position on Titusville's defense for Jack Garrett.
Pitch back comes to Burlew. He's trying to get to the outside. They seal it nicely. He's out across the 50 to the 45, down inside the 40 to about the 36-yard line. Knocked out of bounds there by Hoffmeister and Vroman by Titusville, but a good gain for Corry.
Well, here you're going to see, and this is where, you know, again, it gets to a position where you're trying to plug holes, and you can see Parker Harvey has outside contain and just can't do it. He's trying to rush upfield, and again, that's just out of position. That's you know, he's going to have to make that adjustment on the fly. That's one of the things that hurts you when people go down with injuries.
First down and 10, and now at the Titusville 36-yard line. Power eye again to the right. Giving off to Burlew. He comes to the outside. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
Just that quick.
No effort at all.
And again, you know, we've said this before. Corry again has just been dominating, particularly the right side of their offensive line against Titusville's defense, and that's no different here. Same basic play. They're running a power I formation. They're going to come right at the right side. Parker Harvey comes up, a stiff arm on the corner, and Colin Hoffmeister can't quite bring him down off his feet, and it's a quick touchdown for Corry here in the third quarter.
10:19 to go in the third. It's 34-0. This extra point could put it in a fast clock as they get set to tee it up. Wesley McCray will be doing the kicking. Snap, placement, the kick is up, and it looks strong. 10:19 to go in the third quarter, 35-0. Corry will now have a fast clock, so Titusville really has their back to the wall. Kickoff.
Farmers National Bank has always been committed to the communities they serve. It's part of our mission to remain an independent community bank where the art of a handshake has not been lost. We continue to strive to offer the highest standard in industry competitive products and services. We act not only to benefit the bank, but our customers, businesses, communities, and our employees, because we know our employees pride themselves in their work and serving their communities. When you invest with us, you can be proud to know that we're investing it right back, and that's the way it should be. We're Farmers National Bank. Go Rockets! A stranger, crazier, quirkier group of dog lovers cannot be found. We've looked, and that's what you'll find at the barking lot in Titusville. Dogs love us because we love dogs. We do everything we can to make sure our clients, dogs, not people, are completely comfortable and happy when they come to our shop. We've worked hard to create a safe, happy, and wholesome environment for everyone. We offer grooming, daycare, and boarding. Plus, you'll find a few products that our clients will love, and so will their owners. So bring your pups in and let them discover their new home away from home, the barking lot on Franklin Street in Titusville.
10:19 to go, third quarter, and about a minute and 40 seconds is all it took, and Corry has a 35-0 lead. Kickoff is taken by Titusville at about the 16. Out across the 25 to about the 30-yard line. Titusville put in play first down and 10 at that point. Titusville's ball carrier was Nicholson. So it's first down and 10, Titusville at their own 30.
And it's not that Titusville's offense hasn't had good field position to start drives. We've been about the 25 to the 30-yard line all night to start drives, and we had that one drive in the first half down to the Corry 20-yard line, and then we just made some mistakes, and it stopped the drive. So hopefully Titusville remembers that and tries to get going again here in the second half.
Trips to the left for Titusville. Harvey now lines up at tight end on the right side. Quick pitch to Harvey. It's complete. Nice throw out to the 45 to almost midfield. Harvey off the tight end position got a good look and a good throw in there by Perez.
Well, Perez does a nice job. He is eyeing his receiver. You expect that from a young quarterback or an inexperienced quarterback. You can see he's looking right away. But you notice he steps into it. He plants his back foot, steps into it, makes a good hard throw. Harvey catches the ball. Good play for Titusville.
Doubles on both sides now for Titusville. They stack them. Harvey in the backfield. Ball's kept by Perez straight up the middle. He's inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. Bring up a second down for Titusville.
Burlew from Corry on the stop, but a good play for Titusville. So here, the first couple of plays for Titusville have been very positive.
Trips to the left side. Titusville going to run a quick offense now. Single to the right. Everybody looks at their armbands as they call out the numbers. Perez. Out of shotgun. Perez going to keep once again. That gets stopped for about a 2-yard loss.
That time the read not so good there. I'd have handed that ball off to Parker Harvey. He was coming near side towards us, and I think he would have had some open field going there. This is a give on this play here. You can see the penetration coming.
Yeah.
He's got to read that, give it to Parker Harvey.
Titusville now has a man on the wing left. They have two ends in tight. Different format. Under center is Perez. Backs are split. Ball's given off to the first man straight ahead, and he comes close to the first down. He'll be about a yard short, and that's Harvey. It'll bring up a fourth down, and we'll call it 1. Another fourth down situation for Titusville.
And again, I know where I would go with this ball. We'll see what happens here with Coach Hancock, whether he decides to go with Parker again.
Titusville will stack wideouts on both sides. Perez out of shotgun. Perez is going to keep. Up across the 40, the 35, the 30, and he fumbles the ball. It's down and it's loose, recovered by Corry back at their own. They're going to mark it at the 20-yard line. Now check that, they are not. They're going to mark it at the 16-yard line. So
that's pretty much right there. That drive is a microcosm of Titusville's season. You just get things going for yourself. Good plays offensively for us. He makes a good read here, makes a good run, just doesn't secure the football. Really shouldn't have had that ball come out, and you turn the ball over. And we've talked about it all year. Titusville's hurting themselves.
That's a tough one, Adam.
Yeah, it was a good running play. Good read, like you said, by Perez, and a nice run, nice gain, and he just did not have the ball secured, like you said, carrying it a little loose like a loaf of bread, and he got hit and it popped out.
First down and 10, Corry at their own 16. Give it to the first man through, and he'll get stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Like Jacobson and I think Dunlap getting up off the bottom of that, so a good play there by the Rocket defense.
That was Burlew, I believe.
Yeah, Burlew's still in at running back.
They were warming up some seconds down here. We'll see whether or not they may go for another score or so before they do too much subbing. It's early in the third quarter, 7:13 to go. Of course, we're on a running clock. Corry now with singles on both sides, power I. They're splitting some gaps now. To Burlew. Burlew comes out across the 20 and still drives ahead. It'll be brought down at about the 20. So there is quite a bit of a change in the formation for the Corry Beavers.
Sebastian Titus in there along with Andrew Fish now. Number 20, Andrew Fish returns to the field. I think this is his first game back for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So it's good to see that young man back on the field. But you can see we're just not, they're just, again, opening up holes.
Third down 6. Singles both sides for Corry. Under center, quarterback, dropping back to throw. Looking down the left side, has a man there and is in and over the head.
Overthrown there. Good route. Gavin Graves is the receiver for Corry. It runs a decent route. Palma not in bad position defensively for Titusville. He's back with him, causes the ball to go high, and that falls incomplete. And I've got to wonder why when I have such a dominant run game, why I'm throwing the ball.
Be a fourth down situation, and maybe it's one of those things where you got a fast clock and you get some things you want to try that you haven't done for a while, and you may need it here in the last couple games, especially you're going to go to the playoffs. Punt's going to be short and go out of bounds at the Titusville 47-yard line. So Titusville put it first down and put it in play, first down and 10 at their own 47. Your thoughts, Adam, on the change in offense for Corry? I lost Adam.
There's a lot of people who just tune you guys out after a while.
I had to be honest with you. Can't really blame them.
I'm joking.
What do we care? It's your show.
Yeah, our income's secure.
We're just along for the ride, buddy.
To the left, to the right for Titusville. In motion, Jacobson to the right. We'll have trips to the left side, to the right side now. Perez wants to throw, looking over the middle. He's got trouble. He's going to roll to his right. Still rolling. Got a man deep, and he throws it incomplete. Whew. Didn't see him.
No, I didn't see him soon enough. And again, a little bit of inexperience here. Time wasn't bad. I think he had time. Then he starts to move to his right. But I think when he starts to run, he starts looking for the nearest guy. And he had Vroman open at about the 30-yard line of Corry. And he was wide open there. Just they couldn't quite pick him out of the crowd.
Second down and 10 from the Titusville 47 for the Titusville Rockets. Down 35-0 here, third quarter at Corry. Titusville now is going to stack 3 to the right side, keep a single to the left. Right side are in tight. Perez is going to get up the first man driving through, pick up maybe 2 on the play. Bring it up third down and 8. And it's
Parker Harvey on the carry here.
Getting up slowly. Third down and give me a yard. Third down and 9 for Titusville. Up quickly, Titusville. Up to the line of scrimmage. Doubles right, doubles left. Now we're going to send Jacobson to the right. We'll have 3 to the right, 2 to the left. We spread them out. 5 wideouts. Perez with pressure. Perez rolling to his right. Still rolling. Still rolling. One tackle is evaded, and the pass is complete. Down to the 35-yard line. That was a nice play by Perez.
Good job that time. There, we've talked about it. That's Parker Harvey on the reception, which is Parker's on the left side of the field, on the left side of Titusville's offense. Perez, when he gets pressured, he's going to roll to his right. So Parker's going to come all the way across the field on a drag play short and then turn it up the field.
First down and 10, Titusville at the 34 of Corry. Titusville now put 3 to the left side, 1 to the right. Perez getting an opportunity to throw the ball. It goes to Harvey. Harvey across the 20 to 10. Down inside to check that to 20, down inside the 15. Get it right here. He's down to the 13-yard line, so a big burst of speed that time. Good blocking on the right side of the Titusville line.
Well, it's the first time tonight that I've seen we've opened up a good-sized hole. You see Colin Hoffmeister kicking the guy out. The guard kicks down. Nobody there to fill the hole, but gives Parker. And we've talked about this. If you can get him into that second tier untouched, he's going to do some damage.
First down and 10, Titusville at the 14 in market. Doubles both sides for the Rockets. Perez wants to throw. Pulls it down, and now he's going to be pulled down. A loss of about 5 on the play. Bring up a second down 15.
Again, that's the play that Titusville can't seem to avoid. You get something going in a negative play, so Titusville going to have to overcome one here.
2:41 to go third quarter. 35-0 Corry. Single to the right now for Titusville. Doubles to the left. Now we bring a man in a little tighter to the right side. Harvey in the backfield with Perez. On the counter is Jacobson inside the 10, down to about the 7. Not quite enough for the first down.
But a decent execution on that play. The sweep, they're going to bring Jacobson from the left slot position and hand it off to him. He might have got away with a little bit of a hold there by Ryan Thines. But we get 8 yards, 9 yards on it, makes it third down and manageable.
3rd and 4 for Titusville. Ball's given off to Harvey, I believe, straight ahead. So a little better movement for the ball for Titusville, and they're going to bring up, however, a 4th down situation, 4th down and 4.
You see on this play how we've talked about hit the line of scrimmage at full speed. You can see Parker here on this play. He's just not going to get to full speed. You know, the choppy steps and the trying to go laterally. Granted, there's not much of a hole to open there, but we want to hit that hole or hit that line at full speed.
4th down, 3, big play here, Adam. Doubles both sides for Titusville. Perez is going to pull it down. Perez wants to run it, and he's going to get nothing. He'll be stopped at about the 9-yard line, and there'll be a turnover on downs for Titusville.
Yeah, that's a tough loss right there. we had a momentum going. We were getting down close. It's too bad we couldn't have picked up that first down.
Yeah, we needed that one. With 1 minute to go in the third. Yeah, Adam.
There was definitely a couple really nice plays on there. That one, the pass play where Perez spun out of a tackle and was able to throw the ball down to Parker Harvey. That was a nice play. Parker had a nice run. We finally, you've been talking about it all game, how we wanted to get him ahead of steam. And that's just what we're missing, consistency in the offense right now.
Yeah, very much so.
Guys, I was over trying to get an update on Jack Garrett, and they just took him to the hospital to get x-rays to find out for sure. That's all I would get.
Sure. Appreciate it. 45 seconds left to go in the third. First down and 10, Corry. They're at their own 10-yard line. Giving off to first man through, big hole off to the left side.
Well, I think, did we come up with the ball?
Did we come up with the ball?
I think so. Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. There was a fumble on the play.
I think it was Colin Hoffmeister that strips it.
I believe that's right. As Titus will have a first down and 10 on the turnover.
You can see there's a lot of opening there, and I think, yeah, before he's down, that's out. Good job there. Good play. Keep rolling that. You can see, you're just going to see him on the right side of your screen. He's coming down. The ball is out before he's down, and it's stripped by Colin. I think it's Colin Hoffmeister from the linebacker position. So Titusville with a turnover, one of the things we said they needed.
So it's first down and 10, Titusville. They're at the 20-yard line of Corry. The last 20 seconds here of the third quarter. Titusville now will reset, sending 3 to the right side, bringing 2 ends in tight. Now they put a man in motion to the left. And Jacobson going to look over the middle to him. He got him in the end zone. Touchdown, Titusville. Nice play. Well disguised play by Titusville. Titusville push the first 6 on the board.
Yeah, it was a really nice play here by Titusville. And again, when you're sitting like Titusville is, you've got Parker Harvey here on the left side. He's the tight end position on the left. Corry loses track of him, and I don't know how you do that because he's the only one that's hurt you tonight. They're too concerned about Jacobson coming out of here on the left. He pulls the flat up, and Parker Harvey sneaks in behind the secondary. Not really great defense on the part of Corry on that particular play.
Titusville out to go for 2. Doubles both sides for Titusville. Perez looking to throw, looking for Harvey. Now he throws over the middle and overthrows in the back of the end zone. Conversion is no good. 11 seconds left in the third quarter, 35-6. Corry on top.
Hospital partners, Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital together provide a continuum of high-quality care across Crawford County. Both create the ultimate patient experience. Every patient, every time. Meadville Medical Center and Titusville Area Hospital are more than a hospital. We are a hospital partner, a community partner, a family partner, and a health partner.
So many Americans struggle with finances. Starting today, State Farm is here to help, giving us all the chance to simply sit down and learn. Visit letstarttoday.com or talk to an agent.
We're safe and sound.
11 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Titusville gets their first score on the board. Missed the conversion, 35-6. As we get set now for the kickoff. Be Parker Harvey this time to kick off for Titusville. The kick goes short and out of bounds.
That's out of bounds. Titusville trying to do to Corry what happened to them last week.
Titusville trying the short kick, trying to come up with the football.
It was close, guys. If it would have been just a little bit longer down the field, I think he would have had a shot at it.
I think so, too. Went out of bounds a little bit too quick for us.
We're looking here on the replay now. You're going to see that's Jacobson, and I think Corry thinks that's Parker Harvey coming in motion, but Parker's playing the tight end position, gets out of the way in for the touchdown. Corry just losing track of it right now. As we were talking off air, if I'm Corry and playing defense, there's one kid I want to know exactly where he's at for Titusville, and that's Parker Harvey.
Time runs out here in the end of the third quarter, and we'll switch ends of the field here to get the fourth quarter underway. 35-6, Corry on top here at the end of 3. So,
you know, you look at the Titusville squad, and this game's no different than any other game we've had this year. You've seen evidence of what this team could be.
Yeah.
You know, you see the plays, both offensively, defensively, that this team could be. But, Adam, they just can't build consistency within the offense or the defense, really.
Yeah, we've been talking about it all night, and you're exactly right. I think it's in that consistency that we've been trying to look for, and we've seen signs of it and glimpses of it, and we like what we see. That last play, the touchdown play, you know, that was a great execution play by the Titusville Rockets offense. And it was kind of almost like a trickery type play where they put 3 guys, move positions at the last second, switching sides of the field, and like you said, they lost track of Parker Harvey. And it was a great throw by Tony Perez, and he was wide open. Good execution.
You know, we're Saturday night quarterbacks up here, and we were talking during a break how many times we're thinking now you have to put the ball in Parker Harvey's hands. He's been playing pretty well here this evening, but has he had enough touches? I don't know. I'm not
maybe part of the problem is you don't know the day of the week.
No, I don't.
There's fumble.
Corry on top.
Yeah, Corry's going to recover it here.
You guys could talk about that in the car on the way home.
On the way home, we'll explain him how this week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Adam,
Friday.
come on up here. I just walked out.
I just missed snap here. I think for Corry here, missed snap on and fumble the ball. Titus was not able to come up with it, but it's 2nd and 10.
I think when you're retired, every day is Saturday.
Is that how that works?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything. I'm going back to the home. Signals on both sides for Corry. I formation. Giving off to the tailback off the right side. Breaks one tackle. Now he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. That's one of the better defensive plays. That's Hoffmeister comes to finish it off.
Jacobson on the early gets his hand in there, kind of slows the running back up, tears him out of the hole, makes him go wide. You can see here, there's Jacobson, good penetration, turns him to the outside, and Hoffmeister coming from the linebacker position to make the stop.
No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Oil Creek Plastics instant replay for us. Been with us for a few years. We appreciate that. 2 to the right, 2 to the left for Corry. Out of shotgun. Zach Lesher. He keeps the ball out across midfield, and he'll be at the Titusville 49. Brought down by Hoffmeister. Be enough for the 1st down, though.
And it's a good job there by the quarterback. He reads this one, and they use their running back here. They're just not going to give it to him here. This is blocked all the way. You can see this. There's no read. This is a set play. It's blocked that way. Hoffmeister coming in and making the tackle, but not quick enough. Corry has the 1st down. The other thing to remember here too, folks, is Corry is still working with their 1st string on the field.
2 to the right, 2 to the left. You want me to remember something? I don't even know what day it is?
Well, okay.
Out of shotgun. Lesher.
Oh, there it is.
Bad snap. Back around to 35, and he's going to fall on. No, Titusville has it. I think Titusville has it. Lesher was unable to get a hold of it.
And it's going to
going to be Titusville's ball.
That's 54. I can't find our roster here. And 54, that's Joseph Jacobson here. You can see the snap goes right over the quarterback's head. This is why, to be honest with you, this is why you want your starters out. Things start to get sloppy when you have a big lead, and it's just not a good thing to have happen. The other thing, too, is that's your quarterback. He's reaching out with his hands. If Titusville's linemen fall on him and his hand's on that ball, it could snap his arm. You know, you lose your quarterback.
And you're headed for playoffs.
And you're headed for playoffs.
So Titusville have on the turnover, 1st down and 10 at the Corry 35-yard line. We'll send doubles left, doubles right. Now we're going to move signs over to the left side, so we'll have trips to the left. And on the snap, Perez is going to roll to his left. Still rolling, looking. Throws up short, and it's complete to Signs. Knocked out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Gain of about 12 on the play would be enough for the first down.
On this play, there's a couple of things. One, the offensive line does a pretty decent job here, but one of the things that you see is Parker Harvey's right beside Perez. Now watch what he does here. He's got the block to seal the edge to allow Perez, the quarterback, to roll to his left. Watch the block he does here. Nice job right there. He stays with it, seals it, gives him time to throw the ball. Ryan Steins does a nice route run catch. Titusville gets a first down.
Titusville now will bring Signs into the backfield. Under center, Perez rolls to his right. Still rolling, looking downfield. Throws deep into the end zone, and it is
incomplete.
And
I think Titusville's got another young man down in the end zone. Now he's getting up there. I can't see who that was. Palma, is that Palma in the end zone? Not a poorly thrown ball there. Perez does a nice job coming out here. They had the throw back. If he looks back, can you roll that back real quick, Luke? This is hard to do, and this is, I freely admit this, folks, this is nitpicky. Stop it right there. To the far side of the field, the Titusville side of the bench is Ryan Signs. If Perez stops and turns and throws right back there, it's a touchdown, but that's a hard thing to do.
Titusville now with a second down and 10 from the 23 of Corry. Trips to the left side, single to the right. High snap, Perez holds it, throws it over the middle, and in and out of the hands. That had just another half a second, got some pressure on him. That was going to be a completed pass, but it goes incomplete, brings up a third down.
Next year, Steve will give you the ability to draw on the screen.
I'd like to be able to do that.
Oh, we'll never get him to shut up.
But, you're right.
You practice between now and next year.
Between drawing lines?
Yeah.
That's a little tough for me.
Adam, it's looking better for you every time we talk up here. You'll be you'll be up here with the
old folks?
Old folks, yeah. Sorry, Adam. Doubles to the left, doubles to the right for Titusville. Third down 10. 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Now Titusville going to reset with trips to the left side. And they're going to stack them on the left side.
Or the right.
Or the right. I'm sorry, it is the right side. Whatever day it is. It's given to Parker Harvey. He's going to drive straight ahead. Not much there. Yes, the right side.
The right side. That's okay. A good job here. Corry's defensive line getting stout up front here. Not much of a push from Titusville in this particular play. Parker Harvey, no place to run, but at least we're going to try to hit this at full speed. That's what you do. You put your head down and get what you can out of it, and just keep working it.
Fourth down and 8, Titusville from the 21 of Corry. Again, we'll set with doubles to the right and doubles to the left.
But now we'll switch.
Now we're going to switch, and we're going to have 3 to the right, and we bring a tight end in, Palma, of 115-pound tight end. On the snap, Perez looking over the middle. It is complete.
To that 114-pound
tight end. I got
to give this kid credit, because he is all of 5 foot 114, but he is not afraid.
Well, he was more than that last week when it rained.
Yeah,
remember?
He weighed 117 when he was wet. But he does a nice job here. That tight end position, he's running down in the middle of the defense, does a nice job, concentrates on the football. Good throw by Perez. Titusville in business here inside the 10.
First and goal from the 7. Titusville now puts Signs at the tight end on the right side. Underneath the center, the ball's given off to nobody. Coming across the right side. The ball's down. We fumbled. Picked up by Corry, coming the other way. And Corry will bring it out to the 30-yard line. Oh, my. Good chance for Titusville. We turn it over.
Again, shooting yourself in the foot. I wish that gun would go empty. This is a fake there to Parker Harvey, and this is Jacobson, and he's running to the right side with the ball in his left hand. That's a cardinal sin. The ball goes in the outside hand, and the ball is out well before he's down. And Corry picks it up and starts the other way.
So it goes for naught. That was a tough one, Adam.
Yeah, definitely a tough one. We were, marching the ball down the field. I was hoping we get another score, at least to get some momentum back in our favor here. And just unfortunate, like you said, that the ball popped out.
First down and 10 as Corry now will go back to their power offense, waiting for the officials now to.
They've got substitutes in now. It looks like their backup quarterback.
No, yeah, it is a backup. Illegal procedure. So.
Steve, let me ask you, we're coming into next week with Girard, a chance to pick up a win for the season. How's the play tonight going to affect that game next week?
I really wish I could tell you. You know, you look at last week's ball game, the first half against Warren, they played inspired football, showed a lot of effort into it, and then the second half things just kind of fell apart. And then here they come in here today in the first half, they're almost dead and give up, 4 touchdowns on 4 possessions or 5 possessions. The clock ran out there at the end of the half. So I really don't know how this is going to affect their play for future ball game.
Scheffler gives the ball up to the tailback coming across the middle on the right side. Not much of a gain there. Bring up a second down and about 12.
Yeah, that's one of the things that has been really frustrating with this ball club is just when you think they've got some things going, it just kind of falls apart on them. And I'm just not too sure, what you can expect out of this ball club going into next week after this ball game.
5 minutes left to go in the ball game. Corry trying to use as much time as they can. Nathan Scheffler at quarterback. Again, waiting for the official to give him the 5-second count, and he gets it. And motion again. So illegal procedure against Corry, and that'll move the ball back another 5, so it'll bring up a second down and 18. As Steve mentioned, their seconds are in there right now, so having a little bit of trouble being patient
with names and numbers. And yeah, I mean, they're these kids are in here. They want to perform just as well and be just as effective as the starters are. So they're getting a little antsy. Titusville with their first defense still on the field.
Again, waiting for the clock to wind down to the last few seconds before the snap. Scheffler under center, gives to the tailback straight ahead, and he comes out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Bring up a 4th down, I believe.
Should be 4th down and 4 minutes to go, I think. Clock running, of course, Titusville.
Now I've checked that. It'll be 3rd down.
3rd down.
They had the 2 penalties.
That's right.
Third down 14 from the 26-yard line for Corry, letting the clock run down at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. The official standing looking at the clock. On the snap, goes to the tailback and drives straight ahead to the 30. And it'll bring up now a 4th down and 10. And the punt team will come in.
Definitely give Titusville's defense credit on that job. They're not giving up. And I know it's Corry's second-team offense, but, they still have a little bit of pride and they want to end this game on a positive note.
And Coach Hancock takes a timeout. 3:13 to go in the ball game, 35-6. Yeah, and I think that's important too, Adam, that they can get some kind of positive thing to end this game with. Take it home, work on it, and see what we can come up with next week.
The key to the game for me was Corry came out with the game plan that we are going to give our workhorse the ball and make them stop him, and we're just going to keep feeding him the ball until they do stop him. And we didn't. I didn't get a chance to mention this, but he had 209 yards in the first half when I talked to Brian DeFonso, and I know he had another, probably 75, so he's pushing 300 yards for the night.
Yeah, I know he came in with over 700 to this ball game tonight, so probably 1,000.
And again, Steve and I talked about that yesterday. When you got something that's working, just keep it going. And we even joked about Buck Crab. Just run it up the middle,
Yeah, and that's the way it was, and that's what Corry's done tonight better than anybody. They ran that same play probably 90% of the first half.
4th down and 8. Corry's going to run the ball. They're not going to kick it away, as the clock will start because of the running clock. Nothing to lose here. Get as much time off the clock as they can.
With a timeout, I don't think it was supposed to run.
No, they're going to move the clock. It can't, I don't think, because Titusville took the timeout.
Yeah, so they're going to have to
come back and reset the clock. That's a good point. I forgot about that. But then I forgot what day it was, too. So.
Well, you can see Coach Hancock is pointing to the clock saying, why do you think I called timeout, fellas? So somebody got a little anxious up in the booth to turn the clock on. It'll be reset here in
3:13. They moved it back to 3:13. And now Corry will run it anyway. 4th down, and Titusville jumps. Bring up a 4th down and 3 instead of 4th down and 8.
Caleb Dunlap jumping the gun, giving them 5 yards. And if they get a 1st down here, it'll be Titusville won't see the ball again. Unless they like to use timeouts to do it. But.
So the penalty moves the ball out to the 37, brings up a 4th down and 3 for Corry. Schreffler under center on the snap. Keeps the ball, rolls to his right. He's across the 40, and he'll be out close to the 45. And Titusville's trying to strip the ball, unable to do so, and Corry will have enough for a 1st down.
Again, everybody looking for the ball to go straight up the middle, and the quarterback just keeps this and comes around the left side. Enough for the 1st down. So that's going to hurt.
Well, the clock keeps running now, yeah, they can run it out now with 3 minutes. Under 3 now to go, leading 35-6. Corry has led from the get-go. First 4 possessions they scored. And we're able to then come out in the 3rd quarter, get a possession, and in just about a minute and 40, put the 35 points on the board, and that's where we stand now with a fast clock. Giving off to the tailback, drive straight across, and brought down after he picks up about 3 in a play.
Who's number 8? Bish. Bish comes in, makes the tackle after a 5-yard gain. That's pretty much been the MO. Tackles made, but after 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards downfield. Corry's offense just really up front, just really dominated this ball game, particularly in the 1st half.
2 minutes left to go in the ball game. So Titusville is going to go 0-4 here this evening as they continue to struggle on both sides of the ball, really. The inconsistent offense and unable to stop on defense. Drive ahead for Corry to midfield. It brings up a 3rd down play with 1:45 to go.
And the officials in no real big hurry to spot the ball and start the play clock. So, they got 3rd and 4 here to run a play.
With 1:30, so.
1:30, so.
They can run 2 here and run it out.
They can probably run this clock out. Yeah, that might be a little confusion there for Corry as they see an extra lineman come running off the field.
On the snap goes the tailback, and he's going to get hit and dropped in the backfield. And that'll bring us down to the last minute of the ball game. Bring up a 4th down situation for Corry. And the clock will stop at the end of this play while we switch if they don't get a 1st down. I'm assuming some things here. But 4th down and 6 for Corry. They're at their own 48. Waiting for the 5-second. There it is, a 5-second count. Given to the tailback, and he's going to get nothing with 21 seconds left in the game. Titusville will take over 1st down and 10, but they'll be at the 45-yard line of Corry. So Corry's going to get out of here with this win, and they will again keep themselves in position for a playoff spot. Titusville will go 0 for 8. Pick up their 8th loss of the season. Hopefully you'll be able to look at some films, Steve, and come up with some things that they can build on for next week. but we've been saying that now for 7, so I don't know. It's a tough situation from a coaching perspective, too, to keep the
well, the only thing, to be honest with you, at this point of the season where Titusville's at, the only thing they've got going for them is they know they're coming into this next ball game. They're playing another 0 for team.
Yeah.
So you have an opportunity here, quite possibly, to pick up a win in this last ball game. And I think that's really the only thing that's going to keep them going through this last week of practice.
Ball game is over, and Parker Harvey makes the last carry, picks up a few yards, and the final score here from Corry Beavers 35, the Titusville Rockets 6. We'll be back with a wrap-up right after these messages.
Titusville Moose Family Center number 84 is a proud supporter of Titusville Rocket Athletics. And just like in Rocket Sports, the Titusville Moose Lodge is committed to working together to make our community a better place to live, work, and play. The Titusville Moose Family Center contributes thousands of dollars into scholarship opportunities for area students, in addition to supporting other nonprofit entities in our own backyard. Students, get involved with your community and make a difference. Good luck, Rockets, and know we'll always be cheering for you from the Titusville Moose Family Center.
Farmers National Bank has always been committed to the communities they serve. It's part of our mission to remain an independent community bank where the art of a handshake has not been lost. We continue to strive to offer the highest standard in industry competitive products and services. We act not only to benefit the bank, but our customers, businesses, communities, and our employees, because we know our employees pride themselves in their work and serving their communities. When you invest with us, you can be proud to know that we're investing it right back, and that's the way it should be. We're Farmers National Bank. Go Rockets!
Interstate Pipe and Supply means that when we say service means business. With a knowledgeable staff, full fleet of trucks, and large product offering, we can answer your questions and fill your orders, big job or small. Covering multiple applications and industries, we're not just a plumbing location, but a one-stop shop assisting homeowners and contractors quickly and efficiently. We are locally owned and make it our #1 priority to keep our customers returning and happy. We have been a staple in the Titusville community for 40+ years. Stop in today and let us service you. Good luck to the Titusville Rockets this year. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home is dedicated to providing the highest level of service to Titusville and surrounding communities. Our family and staff continues the tradition started by Gordon B. Garrett in 1965, treating our clients with care and respect. Since then, we have grown, now in our 3rd generation and in 2 locations, 303 North Washington Street and 203 East Main Street, Titusville. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, a history of tradition and commitment to excellence.
And welcome back to the CORKY'S Pizza Family Video Post-Game Show. The final here, the Corry Beavers 35, the Rockets 6. Adam Preston's down on the field, and we're going to be going to him in just a few moments. Right now, Steve, your thoughts on this Week 8 ball game against the Beavers?
Wow. Did not expect it, to be honest with you, coming in. Of course, we've said that before. But the domination by the Corry offensive line, particularly in the first half, I don't think I've seen one that dominant in controlling the line of scrimmage, except for maybe teams that come in here with, you know, you might have exceptionally big linemen that dominate against a small line, but that wasn't the case here tonight. These Titusville and Corry were pretty much very similar in size, but Corry just dominated the line of scrimmage in the first half, and that was really the story of the ball game. You know, you had first 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns, and Adam, they weren't small drives. They were 50-plus yard drives that they just managed to chew up 10 yards a pop.
Exactly, and you know, we talked about it on air. They came out in a power, almost like a goal line formation, and they ran that entire first half, and they just kept giving the ball, to the left side to begin with. Then we tried shutting down the left side, and then the running back would cut back to the right, and he was did a good job of reading and finding a seam. And I've got Coach Hancock here with me. Coach, obviously not the outcome that you wanted, but your team did bounce back in the second half and had a little better showing. Any comments for us?
Well, we just had some character, I thought, in the second half. I mean, we've got a lot of injuries, and certainly those were big boys, and we didn't match up well with. But the kids kept grinding it out and did well. We're pleased with it. So.
Is there anything you can tell us about Jack Garrett's injury, or just
can't really? I just don't know as much. I mean, I know about as much as everybody else does at this point. It was a shoulder thing, but other than that, who knows? We'll see what happens. We're just wishing the best for him.
One thing I was proud of, I watched your kids shake hands at the end of the game with the opposing team and the opposing coaches.
Yeah.
A good, solid handshake. They looked the coaches in the eye, and you can take a lot of pride in that.
Absolutely. You got Arnick and Brian, Travis Carey, and a good staff over there. And Brian Patton's the new head coach there, and he's certainly instilled some character in those guys too. So we were pleased to see that as well.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Coach, and good luck next week. We're going to get one.
Thank you.
And that was Coach Tom Hancock with his report for after the game.
Well, I don't know what you say here. It's really, really tough because you look at some of the scores over the course of this season and really realistically haven't been in any ball game yet this year. We just make mistakes. We start to get things going, and then we make a mental mistake, miss a block. You get a play for no gain, and it's just not something this team can overcome. Defensively, you miss an assignment, and they break one deep on you, and get quick scores, and they put you in the mercy rule. And it's just this year just has been one of those years where you see things start to happen, something happens to them, and just nothing comes through. So again, just a tough night for Titusville.
And you hate to ask this. I mean, it's week 8, but we only have a couple weeks left. What do you do so that this doesn't affect next season?
Well, that's a good question, and maybe Coach Hancock has an answer for it because I don't. I can remember in the recent past we've had another team that went 0-10 that suffered through this, and they managed to pull through. So that's what's going to have to happen. And one of the things that I think that our kids don't seem to quite grasp, at least I haven't seen it yet, is that when this season ends in 2 weeks, these kids that want to come back and play football next year, or anybody that's going to be playing football next year, you start getting better the week after the season. It's not something you can do in season. These things have to be improved, and you have to do them outside of season. Now, yes, I know you've got kids that are going to go into basketball, wrestling, and swimming, and then track, baseball, whatever. But you've got to dedicate yourself in the back of your mind. And one of the big things is you got to get into the weight room, and you've got to dedicate yourself and not just show up. You got to put some effort into it in that weight room. We've got some big kids, but for 8 weeks now I've watched them, and more often than not they're getting pushed around. And so that tells me that you might be showing up at the weight room, but I don't know where your effort's at. And that's something that I think has to change. These kids have to understand that just because you're 240 pounds doesn't mean the 200-pounder across from you isn't going to knock you off your feet. And so it's just something they have to understand, that when this season's over, if you want to get better, it starts right away.
All right, let's get everybody's final thoughts before we set up next week. Adam, final thoughts? His mic's done. It went dead. It's so cold out there.
Testing.
There you go. Hey,
am I on?
Yeah.
Okay, my headset's dead then.
Oh, okay. Final thoughts on tonight's game.
We come get them next week. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, after this, what do you say? You've got 2 weeks left
the kids
to go,
never gave up. I will say that.
You got to come back and go again.
Yeah, I will say the kids never gave up, and I was, proud about that.
All right. Next week, senior night at Carter Field. Girard Yellow Jackets coming in town. Did you happen to see their score?
Yeah, they got beat. CANOE, Ohio beat them 51-6 or something of that nature. Of course, the big game in our region tonight was, again, Mercyhurst Prep and Harbor Creek. That was the two teams tied atop the region. And Mercyhurst Prep had a 27-0 lead in that ball game. So they're going to go ahead and finish their year coming up. Or that'll give them the region title. So,
player of the game. Yes.
I was looking at Parker Harvey. Probably was the most potent offensive threat we had tonight. And again, I said it during the game. I'll say it again. I'm not sure we used them enough
Yeah, I thought my initial thought was Parker Harvey. I don't know, Adam, you had Tony Perez too, and
I thought Perez played well, but I thought Parker Harvey was
the key to Titusville.
Was a force for us, and particularly when you're moving this kid around all the time. Again, it's almost to the point next week where it's Parker right, Parker left, Parker up the middle, Parker on this wheel route, Parker at tight end, because you lost Jack possibly tonight for next week too. So, but I thought Parker Harvey probably had the best performance of the night.
Okay, Parker Harvey, player of the game. Corky's Pizza Family Video player of the game. Thank you so much for joining us back at Carter Field next week for Rocket Football. Adam, thank you so much for filling in the last 2 weeks. Greatly appreciate it. Nice job, buddy.
Yep, thank you. I really enjoyed it. Good time.
Our coverage of Titusville Rocket.
He lies so well.
of Titusville Rocket Football is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, by Bayless Fuel Service, by Oil Creek Plastics, by Interstate Pipe and Supply, by Larry's Auto Service. What a way to end. By True Value Hardware, by Anderson Physical Therapy, by Armstrong, by the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, by the Titusville Dairy Products Company, by Joe Taylor Ford, by Farmers National Bank, by the Meadville Medical Center, Titusville Area Hospital, by the Blue Canoe Brewery, by the Titusville Moose Family Center, by the Barking Lot, by Wagner's Gun Tech, by the Oil Country Federal Credit Union, by Corky's Pizza and Subs, by Family Video, and by the Titusville Beverage. Senior night next week at Carter Field.